Hey, hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for the FA Cup today. West Ham against Leeds. Dirty Leeds. No, I'm only kidding. Listen, West Ham did really well. They won on penalties last round against Brentford. I fancy West Ham to win again today. Only just. I just think Leeds are going to focus a little bit more on the league. I think Daniel Farke will. I mean, to be honest, look at the lineups. You wouldn't necessarily think that these two teams are in the relegation zone, but I do feel like Leeds are maybe focusing a little bit more on the league than West Ham are. Looking at the lineups. You can see the lineups just on my right hand side here. If you're watching on any of the other platforms, obviously TikTok, if you're watching, you can't see it. But I'll tell you the lineups. West Ham have gone with Areola, Walker, Peters, Disassi, Max Kilman, Juve, Potts, Magassa, Fernandez in midfield, and then it's Bowen, Traore, and Tati Castellanos up front. For Leeds, it's Lucas Perry in goal, Bijol, Strike, and Rodon at the back with Bogle and James Justin in the wing-back positions. Tanaka comes in, Ampadu and Stacks in there, and then it's Okafor and Nemetcha up front. So, no Somerville, still out injured. No Todibo for West Ham. West Ham's bench does look very scarce, I must say. The West Ham bench has Myers, Kante, Herrick, Golan Bekis, Ayala, La Madrid. I don't know a lot of the... I mean, even Ollie Scalds has only just come into the West Ham side sort of in this season. They've got Solchek and Pablo there as well, but there's not a lot of experience and quality on the West Ham bench. I feel like they've got to go with maybe this side today. Whereas you look at Leeds, they've got Pirro, they've got Longstaff, Gruev, Nonto, Calvert-Lewin, Byron, Bornau, Aronson, and Darlow as well, who can come off the bench. But they've made a few changes, Leeds. They've rotated. They've got some options today. This should be a really good cup tie. And you know what? Since Arsenal have gone out, obviously, I mean, listen, one of City and Liverpool were going to go out, but Arsenal have gone out. Liverpool have gone out. There's now City, Chelsea, and who else? Who else is left in the FA Cup? Who else is in the FA Cup? Southampton. City, Chelsea, Southampton. And maybe West Ham will see that as an opportunity. If they get a favourable draw, West Ham Leeds will see it as a favourable opportunity to maybe reach an FA Cup final. And in a one-off game, they could absolutely beat Chelsea or City. I mean, Chelsea, they definitely could, couldn't they? But I think West Ham beating City wouldn't be a massive surprise. I think West Ham have already knocked City out of domestic cup competitions in recent years. So it'll be really interesting if the FA Cup semi-final draw is City-Chelsea and then West Ham against Southampton or Leeds against Southampton. And it means then one of the underdogs are going to make the final. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see it. But let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Lovely to see everyone in the chat. Sarah, great to see you. Tight on the toffees. Shell, life is good. How's it going, man? Where are we up to? Claydon Groom, great to see you, Claydon. Normal guy, happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone in the chat. Yes, happy Easter, whether you're religious, spiritual or not, or you're just, doing it for the shocky eggs, whatever works for you. Enjoy. Have a lovely Easter. It's been a lovely long weekend for a lot of people who finished work on Thursday, finished school, college, whatever on Thursday. And they've had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and tomorrow off as well. So, but it's not been a great weather-wise weekend, has it? It's been absolutely terrible outside. Windy, rainy, horrible Easter weather. But great to see everyone. Shell, normal guy, Jake. Wanderless, who do you think will win today's game? Happy Easter. I think West Ham. Yeah, I think West Ham, and the poll in the chat also seems to be West Ham. What's your prediction for this game? West Ham win is 69%. 19% saying this one will go to a draw, extra time and penalties. 12% saying Leeds win. Good to see you, Gav. How's it going? Life is good says, you said Liverpool would finish above United. You can't still think that. Why? Why not? You say it like United are miles ahead of us. We've still got to play United. United still have to play Chelsea, they've still got some very difficult games to play. Yeah, six points is absolutely not insurmountable when we still have United to play. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Arsenal bottled it, Key. Course they did. Course they did. How are we doing, everyone? Claydon, what are we up to? Charlie, Arsenal losing yesterday was just brilliant. Do you play Southampton if you win this? Who's you? Who's you? I don't. I'm not Leeds. I'm not Southampton. I'm not West Ham, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. When's the draw? The draw is, I believe, tomorrow, isn't it? It's Monday. I'm sure it is. I think it is, anyway. Dan says Leeds to win it. It'd be nice for an underdog to win a major trophy for once. It'd be good. Yeah, it'd be very good. Need a draw here. Listen, a draw would take us to extra time and penalties, and that's always good fun in an FA Cup game, isn't it? Thank you for the happy Easter, everyone. Not feeling too great today. Oh, God, no, that's not good. Sorry to hear that, 3-star. Well, listen, mate, take some time away if you need to. Get a brew. Don't, rest up. Chill out. You don't need to... Don't stress today. Daniel, this has been the most confident I've been playing against Liverpool in a long time. Listen, I wouldn't be necessarily too confident because Liverpool have thrown up some big results this season when we've played really, really badly. We've gone on long winless runs. And listen, just a reminder, we lost 4-0 against City yesterday. It really wasn't that humiliating. Like, losing at City away is not a humiliation. It's just not. City are a very, very good side. And a very, very good side who could yet win the league title, could yet win a domestic treble. Let's, not forget. City are a very, very good side. And for the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes of the game yesterday, Liverpool were the better team. We conceded a penalty. Goals change games. That's what happened. City were very, very clinical. They only merely had 4 chances and they stuck all 4 away. That's what City have that we don't. They had very clinical players at the top end of the pitch. We just don't have that. We do not have that. And the only way that we get that is by changing in the summer. The draws after the Leeds game. Oh, is it? Okay. Draws after the Leeds game. Derek, how's it going? Good to see you. Getafe and Bologna, first 2 in the ACCA to come in. Oh, nice. Lovely. Claydon, sorry, no. Ollie, what are you saying? Ollie, what games are you doing this week? Games I'm doing this week, mate, are Monday, we have got Millwall against Norwich. Then we're doing Napoli against AC Milan. Tuesday, we're doing Sporting against Arsenal. Wednesday, we're doing PSG against Liverpool. Thursday, Crystal Palace against Fiorentina. Friday, we're doing Real Madrid against Girona to see if Madrid can maybe bounce back and get themselves back in the title race. And then we're back to next weekend. We're doing Arsenal, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Fulham on the 11th, followed by Sunderland, Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester City on the Sunday. So there you go. That's the next week of games. 6 Easter eggs in 1 hour, 30 minutes. Not recommended. Goodness me. Yeah, definitely stay away from that. Anfield Vortex, high key. Hurt to lose yesterday, but well done to City. City deserved the win. Certainly more clinical at the top end. If you finish your chances, you finish your chances. That's usually what separates the big games, isn't it? Fine margins. Life is good. How are you still slotting? I've explained that multiple times, mate. I've done a short on it. If you want the 60-second version of why, you can go and have a look at that. But yeah, we've spoke umpteen times about Arne Slot and why I'm still supporting the manager. We've gone over it many times. I don't want to bore more people with it. I've got my opinion. Other people have theirs. That's fine. Steve FTJ6, are you Chris Dobie? Yes, I am. Thank God for the bottle jobs. It took us off the back pages. Daniel, I know the game could still go either way, but I think yesterday would have hurt them a lot. If yous win before we play, it might be a closer game. Listen, I think the game needs to hurt yesterday. I think that's the only thing that changes whether or not Liverpool are able to have some semblance of, promise before the end of the season. We've not got many games left in this season. We might only have 10. 8. Is it 8 league games or 7 league games? 7 league games, sorry. So 9. It's 9, isn't it? 7 league games and 2 Champions League games is what we've definitely got left. It might well be that we're just fighting for Champions League football by the end of next week. Kingsloth, how's it going, Mr. Arsenal fan? Good to see you. Lewis, who do you want Liverpool to sign for the Salah replacement? I think it has to be Elise. Still has to be Elise. Derek says, prediction for the game today. I think West Ham will go through, but I imagine it will be extra time and penalties. I'm back in extra time and penalties today. Tight on the toffees says, I think that Etihad game between City and Arsenal could be a 3 or 4-0 City win. Genuinely, they're crumbling. And normal guy, if Inter lose, AC Milan win tomorrow. AC closing the gap a bit. Yeah, Serie A is going to be fantastic to watch tomorrow. Well, and tonight. We're doing Inter Roma tonight, but tomorrow's going to be fascinating with Napoli, AC Milan. Obviously, Napoli the champions, of course. Adam, do you think that lineup disrespected Southampton, or did Arteta sacrifice the FA Cup? What do we think? That's a good question. Do we think that the lineup put out by Arteta yesterday, did that disrespect Southampton? Southampton on a really good, long, unbeaten run, doing well at the top end of the table in the Championship, expectant, I'm sure, to come up to the Premier League again. Do we think there was an element of disrespect from Mikel Arteta putting the side out that he did? What do we think? Let me know in the chat. That's my other game. I've got Inter to win. Yeah, I think Inter will do them tonight. The Anfield Vortex, great win for Southampton yesterday. Great game to watch. Listen, Southampton have been fantastic under the new manager. And I think still the youngest manager in the Football League, isn't he? He's very promising. Doing really well. He's come in. He's turned them around. And yeah, I do. I think Southampton might well be a Premier League side next year. Clayton, adds to the funniness of Arsenal losing yesterday. The women's team are now at the FA Cup as well. Oh, God. I didn't see that. Life is Good says, would love Arsenal to win nothing this season. And Sarah, I think he disrespected Southampton. Okay. A disrespect by naming the lineup that he did. But Lewis says that lineup was strong enough to beat Southampton. Listen, I agree. I do. I think you're right. The lineup was there. It was strong enough to beat him. I can understand him resting some players. But maybe did he need to rest as many as he did? I know it's easy to say this after the fact. Lucky F and Ducky. Hey, I've seen your channel on Hate Watch, but appreciate your calls. Here is a neutral to enjoy your views. Agree with West Ham win. Mate, great to see you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you coming in. And yes, listen, we're all watching as a neutral. There's a fair few West Ham and Leeds fans who come in regularly. Liam's a Leeds fan. FM No Casual's a big West Ham fan. We've got quite a lot of regulars who support both of these teams, and maybe we'll see them pop in through the day. But I'm a neutral, I'm a Liverpool fan, so we're watching this and just enjoying the football together. That's what we do here every single day. We're watching Inter Milan Roma tonight. Tomorrow, Millwall Norwich in the Championship, followed by AC Milan Napoli, and then back on Tuesday and Wednesday to the Champions League with Sporting Arsenal and Liverpool away at PSG. Bit nervy about that second one. Broken Verdict, hello, Key, how are you? I'm very good, mate. We're off and underway at the London Stadium. Let me get the timer going. We are off and underway. I fancy West Ham to pinch this one. Mr. Arsenal fan wants Arteta out. That's growing in popularity, that opinion, I must say. I'm surprised, given that not that long ago you were on for a quadruple, but it's it's surprising that maybe the guy who's going to win the league for Arsenal for the first time in whatever it is, 20-odd years, is being talked about as potentially being sacked. There you go. Adam, only Gabriel played football regularly for 3 years. All the rest were new or injured. Only Gabriel played football regularly for 3 years. All the rest were new or injured. Still Arteta in, but if he doesn't win the league, he should leave. But isn't it mad? Does that not feel like maybe as football fans we're becoming a little bit more entitled and a little bit less patient? The fact that we're talking about the manager winning the league is under pressure. And even if he wins, oh, what a save from Areola! Oh, my goodness me. What a fantastic start from Leeds. Okafor with a strike edge of the box, tip wide from Areola. Very nearly 1-0 to the away side. Comes out to the edge of the box, this. Well done. Really, really well done. I think there might have been a claim for handball there if it does go in. But it's a corner. Okafor brings it down. Great strike edge of the box. And a fabulous save, that from Areola. Fair play. What's the game on? It's on TNT Sports, mate. TNT Sports. Corner whipped in for Leeds. Scramble in the box. Chance. Areola gets it. Again, it was Ampadu that time who got his foot to it. But Areola takes it. Tony, hey, you doing the Norwich game tomorrow? I am, mate, yeah. Norwich and Millwall tomorrow. Tight on the toffees. Wasn't Liverpool on for a quad as well? This season is mirroring Liverpool last season for Arsenal. I mean, to be fair, we've been on for a quad a couple of times. It wasn't that long ago. I think it was 22. We went the furthest anyone's ever got, the closest anyone's ever got to a quad. We won the FA Cup, we won the League Cup. We were in the Premier League title race up to literally the last kick of the game. City won it, and obviously we lost in the Champions League final to Real Madrid. So we've taken it as far to the wire as we could have done. Shell sounds lovely. Can't eat lamb. Loads of and bounding around in the fields in front of my house. I had beef and Yorkies. Lovely. Beautiful. The rest of that starting 11 haven't played for years. Okay. King Sloth, I think it's the amount of time he's been there for nothing to show. And Aram Unknown is the Millwall game on Sky. It is, yes. Millwall game Sky tomorrow. Leeds have got another long throw. Leeds have started this game playing very, very direct, unsurprisingly. Long throw into the box. Prince Rupert, I agree. It's mad to sack a manager after winning the league the previous season, unless you're in a serious danger of getting relegated. I think it's just reflective of the modern football fan for me. I feel like we're all becoming really, really impatient. Really, really, maybe lacking. It sounds arrogant to say this, but I don't mean it maybe how it might be portrayed. So let me try and phrase this in a way that's appropriate and not sounding arrogant. But I do feel like maybe there's a lack of understanding for how difficult it is to build a title-winning team and then to maintain a title-winning team. And maybe it's the younger fans who haven't seen as much of that happen, perhaps, who are as vocal about it. I don't know. But there's only a very, very small number of teams that have ever won back-to-back titles. So difficult. Really difficult. You've got to be set up well. You've got to spend massively, which, believe it or not, Liverpool didn't. We've not consistently spent big. We've been well behind our rivals in that sense. And we don't have the squad. Well, we have the squad to show that, don't we? Look at the state of our bench. Do you think Millwall will come up? Yes, I do, actually. I think Millwall will come up. I thought they were brilliant against Borough on Friday. And I think they'll... I don't know about a win against Norwich tomorrow. Listen, Clement has got Norwich playing really well, but it'll be fantastic to see. Claydon, I've got a few quizzes saved from the past 2 days of matches, if you want any at half-time. Yeah, we can certainly dig into a few of them, mate. I've got a couple prepared, but we're live tonight as well, so we can maybe do a couple of different ones. Absolutely, that's a good shout. Yes, thank you. Lucky F and Ducky, Arsenal losing the opportunity to win 2 trophies in a short period must be on their Premiership mind. I think it might do, yeah. I mean, and not just that, but in the same time, losing to City in the cup final, and City, I don't like to say it's disappointing, but they dismantled us yesterday. Something that Arsenal haven't been able to do twice this season. So, I've got to look at it and say I think that it will definitely have got in Arsenal's minds. Oh, big chance! Oh, massive save from Lucas Perry. big save from Lucas Perry, and West Ham nearly go 1-0 in front. Both of these teams have started well. Both had big chances in the opening 5 minutes. This is a proper cup tie. Proper cup tie. Great effort that at the front post. It was Bowen who got in down the left-hand side this time. What's he doing out on the left? But a good ball in, and I think it was Castellanos who maybe got a touch to it. Prince Rupert, I think people have gotten used to Pep repeatedly winning titles every year, forgetting how much work it actually is, and that's part of why he's one of the greatest of all time. Agreed. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Fabulous answer. I just think it's so disappointing to see fans turn on a manager so quickly. Doesn't make any sense to me. Arteta used to play decent football. As for Slot, he wants to play a certain way and he doesn't have the players. Slot or another 200 million. Well, I don't think that's the question. I don't think the question is it Slot or another 200 million. I think the 200 million plus needs to be spent irrespective of Slot or not. Like, you need to replace Van Dijk. You need to replace Salah. You need to replace Luis Diaz. We still haven't done that. We need to sign a number 6, which we've needed since Jurgen Klopp left. Jurgen Klopp tried to sign Moise Caicedo. We didn't ever get, because that didn't happen, we didn't sign anyone else. We're still looking for the number 6 that we've needed for a couple of years. We've still not got a Van Dijk replacement. We've still not got a Salah replacement or a Diaz replacement. So there's 200 million plus that needs to be spent. And if we don't spend it, it doesn't matter who the manager is. We won't be where we need to be. So there has to be a level of ambition from the club. So yeah, I think that it's manager or not, there has to be changes, and I think there will be. Happy Easter, Keith. How's it going? Ronnie, Key, you know what Arsenal fans should know? Maybe their DNA is just their second best at everything. No, listen, I don't think it is that. I think that they have got a manager whose approach is... And this is why I give Arsenal stick. It's nothing to do with the fans, nothing to do with the players or the club. I like all three of those things. The manager is incredibly risk-averse. Like, so risk-averse. And I watch him and I yearn for him to take more risk. I want him to commit more bodies forward. And he doesn't do it. They're very effective, so, you know, who am I to grumble? But it's certainly boring to watch a lot of the time. And that's all I'll say about it. Doesn't mean that I think that they're not a good side or they're not capable or that, you know, it's nothing to do with that. It's just how palatable they are to me as an independent, neutral football fan. They're quite dull to watch. And as much as I hate United, I've never seen a United side as boring as this Arsenal one. Adam says, why do managers sign players they have no intention of playing? Endo, Norgard, Nico Gonzalez. Well, to be fair, Endo played an awful lot under Jurgen Klopp, didn't he? Yeah, Endo played a lot under Jurgen Klopp. He played loads. Norgard, Nico Gonzalez, I mean, I don't know. I think Norgard's a backup and he was always going to be. Nico Gonzalez probably found it difficult to get in with Rodri doing so well and Reinders doing so well at times, and Bernardo Silva's been brilliant again, I think. Timbo, what you don't want though is to give Slot 250 and then sack him 2 months into next year. But again, this is we don't give the manager any money. The manager's not had any money. Whoever the board sign is signed by the board, not by Slot. That has to change for me. I don't like that setup, but if the club are going to have that setup, you can't hold the manager to account for recruitment when he has nothing to do with it. The players that he's signed are not players he deliberately, chose, I want that guy. It didn't happen. The players that he's wanted, actually, and has demanded backstage, behind the scenes, whatever, he's not got. The players that he's really wanted, he's not got. Welshwing, hi Key. I think that's the last we see of Kepa, White, Jesus, Lewis Skelly and Martinelli in Arsenal shirts. Shadows of their former selves. It was a bad night, wasn't it, for Arsenal? Shadow Ninja, hey mate, happy Easter man, hope you're well. I'm saying 2-1 to Leeds. Great to see Southampton pull the cup shock, that's what we love to see. Yeah, Absolutely insane, isn't it? I'd love to see I'd love to see Southampton go and do it. I really would. Broken verdict. Fergie loved a good counter attack. I always thought Fergie was not bothered when United were losing. He would throw 4 centre forwards on, and I remember him saying it. I would rather us lose 2-0 or 3-0, having tried everything to win, than and they did sometimes. They did. They were losing 1-0. They threw 4 players on, threw the ball into the box, and sometimes they nicked a point. Sometimes they even turned it round and won. And United were famous for that under Ferguson. But sometimes the things they don't necessarily remember is when they got hammered. They got 3-4. Chelsea away, Newcastle away. Big defeats where they were goal down and they gambled and they got smashed. There's loads of times that happened under Fergie. Lucky F and Ducky says Arsenal just want to sneak over the line instead of sprinting through. 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's what it's about, isn't it? Do you think the intensity and training methods are really to blame this season for Liverpool? No, not at all. People keep pointing to that as if they've got any sort of insight at all as to how Liverpool train. I don't know where that's come from. The lack of intensity in training. I don't know where that's come from at all. Yeah, I've no idea where people are getting that from. That just seems like, again, another stick to beat the manager with. What do you think about Simeone? Very good manager. Adama Traore's in. Bowen, if he gets it right, strike. Oh, good save. Big chance again. I tell you what, both of these sides, 13 minutes in, it is a proper cup tie, end to end. Here's Bowen. Ball whipped in. Tati Castellanos, overhead kick. Oh, I think there might have been a head injury there, possibly. Maybe. Is it Bijol, I think, gets a kick to the head when Tati Castellanos tries his overhead kick. Adama Traore there, unbelievable turn and just sprinting straight at the heart of that Leeds defence. They couldn't get anywhere near him. Bowen with the strike. Good save from Lucas Perry. Again. Timbo, but they're still signing players for slot system unless they're not as well run as we think. I don't think, no, I don't think there is a lot of joined up thinking at Liverpool. I think what we've signed are players who are of a certain profile, 21, 22, sellable in future, and very good. We have got very talented young players, but they're not ready now players. So I think the expectation that they would just walk in and retain a title is madness to me. I don't know why. Unless you're trolling. If you're actually planning to have a grown-up, sensible football conversation, an adult conversation about football and expectations, I don't think there's anyone seriously saying, yeah, you just signed 21, 22-year-olds. And under, by the way, there's 18-year-olds and 16-year-olds added to the squad. A key part to the squad as well this summer. But yeah, they'll retain the title. Be fine. No problem. Darts Bros, take my cap off to you, Key. You wasn't happy, obviously, but you saw it through. Watched a couple rage quit. Listen, I'll never rage quit, mate. I've seen us getting beat late to Man United at Anfield, and I've still turned up later on in the night to do another watch-along. It doesn't... You've got to take your medicine. When you get beat, you've got to take your medicine. You don't go hiding. You don't come back in a few days' time when people are focusing on the next thing. No, go and take your medicine. Go and take your medicine. Mr. Ethan Saint says, we're going to get whoever wins this match. Just manifesting it. Hopefully so, mate. Do you think Sunderland are entertaining to watch this season? I think they were at the start of the season, yeah. I think they were quite entertaining at the start of the season. They've got a bit more functional since then. They're kind of grinding through games. It feels like a little bit more Arsenal, maybe, as the season's got longer and maybe legs are getting tired, and certainly the players coming back from the AFCON, a little bit more, minutes in the legs, a little bit more tired, not able to make it through to 70, 80 minutes of games without starting that fatigue, which does hit. Arsenal fans are in hiding right now. Shell liked your rendition of Bay City Rollers, Key. I'm multi-talented, Shell. I try everything. I'll be honest, I stopped watching when we went 7-2 down to PSG. Selvala, is Liverpool following the idea of buying young players now to sell later? A team needs experience. I think no. I do think deep down that FSG are a club with our owners with ambition, and they want us to be competing for the title, but they are accepting of times where we won't. So, for example, Liverpool won the league in 2019. The summer after, we spent something like 15 million quid or something stupid. I think we signed Adrian on a free. We got Harvey Elliott for about 6 million quid, and he was a kid, and it, maybe one other minimal signing. It wasn't very much. I think it might have been even half the Mello on loan or something like that. Liverpool have never capitalised when we've won trophies under this ownership. So this is why my argument isn't I'm looking at the manager. I'm looking at the ownership and the board and how they do things. It doesn't make sense to point fingers at the manager. Just doesn't make sense. Timbo, Liverpool looked at what we did, saw everyone laugh at it and thought, let's copy that, minus the 10-year contracts, obviously. Yeah, probably. Gav, I don't know, you know, what are you saying? Sorry, Gav. Let me just see if I can catch that back up. The women's team got out of the FA Cup. Yes, I did. Yeah, someone told me Arsenal's women's team got knocked out as well. LJ, anything can happen on Derby Day. Near enough anyone has beat Newcastle at least once this year. And broken verdict, you can't be bantering other clubs for losing, and when you lose, you run away and hide. That's a fake fan mentality. Shame on those fans. I took a proper roasting for that 7-0. Listen, it happens, doesn't it? And this is why I'll always say, like, it's so funny. It's so funny the amount of trolls I get for Arsenal, you know, whenever they win. And not just Arsenal, United as well, and Chelsea and various others, because I've had a laugh when they're getting beat. But they all disappear. And then as soon as they score, you can see that the numbers just fly up. The numbers fly up because they've scored and they come back in to give it, but they can't take it. It's character building. It's character building. You've got to stick around when you're getting beat. Stick around and take the banter, take the abuse. It's character building. How have we had a purple patch? Who said we've had a purple patch? Lee, I don't think people understand that it's not a manager, it's a head coach now. It's totally different. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly that. Callum, your issue is you rather see Arsenal lose than Liverpool win. Why do you think that? Why would you say that? That's an odd think. Timbo, I wouldn't say I disappear. To be fair, Liverpool always give me ammo to come back with. Isn't that's just the case with every club, isn't it? What's that old expression? Why banter Arsenal fans when you can just wait? I love that. You can just wait. But that's the same with every club. That's not a dig at Arsenal. That's every club. That's every club. Key, our admin, put out that post of us beating Arsenal. I did, yeah. Yeah, enjoy your quadruple, pal. I saw the Southampton admin post that. Sean, exactly, we have to get banter as we always mess. So it's true, it's exactly that. Callum says, hate watch gets your views and money. You rather that over Liverpool doing well. Callum, how long have you been doing strategy for YouTube, mate? Because I could do with some help. Because let me tell you, mate, I stand there and watch, and I think everyone in the Premier League dad community will back me up on this one. If I was all about views, mate, I would only turn up for the Arsenal games and the hate watches. Actually, that's not the case. I'm sat there watching Cambridge and Swindon. I'm sat there watching York City and Gateshead. If it was all about the views, believe me, I wouldn't be watching those games because they don't get massive views. But I love football, mate. That's why. That's why. There's only that. See, that argument just doesn't wash. It doesn't wash. It would only wash if he only watched the big games. If it's just about banter and wind-up merchants and all that stuff. If you actually love football, you'll watch a lot of football. And there's nobody in this space anyway. People who are in the regulars in the community, they watch every day with us. But there's nobody, absolutely nobody in this space who watches as many games as me. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Ian, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Timbo, if anything, the banter makes it feel better when you do. Exactly. That's it. That's it. RS 5-star. 5th place. Enjoy Europa League next year. 5th place doesn't get you Europa League next year, mate. 5th place gets you Champions League. Just a quick heads up on that one. Maybe rethink the banter next time. We've had a great season, but I wish we beat Port Vale. We would have had a great shot at being at Wembley. Well, you would, wouldn't you? You would be at Wembley. Semi-finals now at Wembley. Broken verdict. Arsenal are bottlers, though. Hold that, you clown. 7 years, 1 trophy, $1 billion spent. Never seen a club so big with no European heritage. Always buying Chelsea players. Cuckold FC. Fucking hell. Stevenage. Yeah, we've done a bit of Stevenage. Ian, what team do we go with against PSG? For me, mate, I'd be dropping Salah. I'm not even kidding. I don't think it'll happen. But I absolutely would be dropping Mo Salah. Drop Mo Salah, 1,000,000%. I'd put Rio there now. Rio, Gakpo, Ekatike. I don't know about Gomez. I think I'd probably put Szoboszlai right back. I would go Szoboszlai right back. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go Szoboszlai right back. I'm gonna go with Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes. Obviously, Mamadou in goal. Midfield, it would have to be McAllister and Gravenberch. Wirtz in the 10. Maybe Curtis Jones. Yeah, I'll go Curtis, Gravenberch, and McAllister. Midfield 3. Wirtz off the left. Ekatike at centre forward and Rio off the right. Or maybe Ekatike, Wirtz, Gakpo. I'd maybe consider dropping Salah, but I don't think he will. Callum says top 4 is Champions League now, as English teams didn't get far in the Champions League. That's categorically not true, Callum. Again, you seem to be well educated on some things, but not very well educated on other things. Top 4 is absolutely not Champions League. Top 5 is Champions League. Go and have a look, mate. Google's free. Go and Google the coefficient. You can see for yourself. There's absolutely no way that England do not get an extra place in the Champions League. It's not confirmed, but it's about the same as saying Wolves aren't relegated. Wolves aren't relegated. They're not down, but they kind of are, aren't they? Neil, the astronaut. I love you, mate. Banter's banter. Keep up the great work. Love watching you. Neil, mate, I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for saying it. What a guy. Luke says Chelsea can't talk about buying players. Leeds into the box. Just wide. It's kind of settled down a little bit there, but James Justin doing well, getting forward down the left-hand side. This is looking like it's going to go to extra time, right? Luke, I love bantering oil clubs and Liverpool. HK, hope you're doing good. How you going, mate? Rebel MC, still think Arsenal win the league, but doubt they'll also win the champs as well. No, I think they'll win the league. I think they'll win the league. City have to go perfect. If City win their 8 remaining games, including obviously against Arsenal, they'll be 3 points behind them. They would need Arsenal to drop points in at least one more game. Even if they just draw 2. If Arsenal lose to City and draw 2 other games, and City win their remaining 8 games, then they're there. Same, I'd go with Don wide right though. Wirtz left, Frimpong right back. Strike! Oh, Leeds have done it! It's 1-0! It's Tanaka! Oh, it's a great finish as well. Off the crossbar and down. Areola beaten. Great finish. West Ham 0, Leeds 1. What a goal. What a goal. Look at that way end as well. Absolute limbs from the Leeds fans. 25 minutes in, we've got a goal. Areola looks gutted. I think he's looking at his defence there, really. He's done all right, Areola. He's made a couple of big saves already. But his defence didn't really help him. Tanaka giving it the old... not hearing, whatever. I don't know what that means. But yeah, he's giving that old celebration. Down the left-hand side to James Justin. He's squared up Kyle Walker-Peters. As the ball comes in, Tanaka just takes a lovely touch. Oh, it's a deflection. It's a deflection. It bounces up off the Sassy. I thought he rattled it in, but no, it's a bit of a lucky one. Do you know what? Tanaka just swings his left foot at it, and it loops up and over the keeper. Should the keeper be doing better there? Oh, do you know what? I'll be honest. I think, as someone super glued Areola's feet to the floor there, he's in his 6-yard box, and he gets lobbed. He gets lobbed from in his 6-yard box. How are you getting lobbed from there? He's literally super glued his feet to the floor. The keeper does not want to jump for that one, and if he jumps, he gets to it. But Leeds are 1-0 in front. Big deflection. Cheers, Anfield Vortex. Thanks very much, mate. Sean O'Hara, my dad in heaven will be buzzing. Go on, Leeds. Oh, that's really nice, mate. What are we saying? I think your centre-backs are great. They've given Brobby the hardest game I've watched. He normally bullies centre-backs, but Kanate gave him a right battle. Listen, Kanate's fantastic. He just needs not to be exposed maybe as much as he has been by our midfield. It's one of them, like, people look at Kanate and Van Dijk and they say, oh, they're washed, they're finished. But it's like, do you know in medicine when they do a scan on someone and they say, oh, I'm getting pain in my back. I'm getting pain in my back. And they do a scan on you and they find out actually it's a problem in your knee or it's a problem in your shoulder. Do you know what? It's that again. People are looking at the place where it actually is, these guys are the problem. It's not. It's absolutely not. The issue is they're knackered because they're playing 90 minutes 3 times a week. And there's no top club in the world would play Virgil van Dijk 34, 35, 3 times a week for 90 minutes. No team. And as good as he is, there's no team would be playing him. Not that much. And plus, we've just got no shield in midfield. McAllister's been dreadful. Yeah, he's delighted, mate. Yeah. Again, silly questions from silly people, mate. We don't respond to him. Silly questions from silly people. Wonder who Bowen joins in the summer if West Ham go down. I'd love him at Liverpool. I'd take Jared Bowen at Liverpool. Assuming he fancied a season in the Conference League. Does well in the Conference League, doesn't he? HK, haven't seen Gamer Guru around since the Liverpool watch-along. Wonder why he hasn't come back. Listen, he's all right, Gamer Guru. He's another one who came in. He came in to give me stick, and he trolled me to start with, and we just calmed him down, and he actually quite likes it here now. He comes back every other game. He's a good lad. He's an Arsenal fan, but we won't hold that against him. He's a good lad. I like him. When's the draw? The draw is after this game, I'm led to believe. The Bowen disrespect over the international break was mad. How does anyone rate Madwecki over him? Yeah, not for me. I think Jared Bowen's fantastic. Jake, I came here to troll, and I still do, to be fair. Broken verdict after the takeover, a bit better. Not much to show for it, though, on a genuine level. How much do you think will this for not getting Champions League football? Who? Who are we on about here? Chelsea. People call these teams bad, but Liverpool, when they came to the Stadium of Light, were the best team I've ever seen play there. Every touch, every pass was quality. Wirtz was a joke. Wirtz, people love to hate on Wirtz, but the only ones who are hating on him are the ones who are like the stat merchants, assisting. How many GAs he got, though, lad? How many GAs he got? I was going to say, being a regular hasn't stopped me from trolling. Yeah, listen, I don't mind. Timbo knows he can troll me as much as you like. I'll bite sometimes, but I'm generally all right. But I can give it and I can take it. It's all good. It's all good. We're still mates at the end of the day. It's all footy. It's all banter. It's all love. But I'm still going to give you some stick if your team's getting beat. Swifty, you charmed him, Key. Joe, I came here to troll this time last season and somehow I'm a mod. And you're treading a fine line sometimes, Joe, but we still love you. Keith says, what's your thoughts on Salah, Key? The wheels have fell off. It's a shame. What a great player. Yeah, listen, he's a fabulous player. Legend of not just Liverpool, but of the Premier League. I love him to bits. But I do think it's time to go. All good things come to an end, and that's just one of them. A very, very talented player. Legend of the club, legend of this game. But I think it's actually quite sad to see him play how he is. I still firmly believe, and I'll die on this hill, I still firmly believe that the player believes he's amongst the best in the world. He believes that he is amongst the very best in the world, and he thinks that the way that he's playing is symptomatic of maybe the team, maybe the manager, maybe the environment. I don't know. I think he'll be blaming everything but himself. And I am absolutely confident that he will do whatever is necessary to secure a move to a Bayern, a PSG, a Real Madrid, a Barca in the summer. And I'm absolutely confident he doesn't go to Saudi. I'm telling you. Oh, West Ham very nearly 1-1. Wonderful play. Ben, Key, do you believe that Slot should be sacked? No, mate. Do you think Salah is finished? Absolutely not. No, I don't think he is finished. I think he's finished at Liverpool. Leeds are in here. This should be 2. Leeds really should be finishing this one off. Chance! Good save! Oh, what a save! There's a claim for the penalty. There's a claim for the penalty. I tell you what, the ball gets laid off. It's very much like Carlos Alberto in the Brazil 70s goal thing that we remember. If you remember that goal, Carlos Alberto, the ball gets laid off into the path of Bijol. I think. Is it Bijol or Goodmanson? Who is it? Oh, it's Stack. It's neither. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. Max Kilman flies into him. It's got to be a pen. He gets none of the ball, all of the man. He gets wiped out. It's a VAR check, and this one's going to be a Leeds penalty, I'm telling you. He gets wiped out here. The ball gets rolled across. I mean, listen, it's kind of a difficult one to watch this because the player gets caught and you can see his foot gets trapped underneath him. But it's a difficult decision for the ref because the strike he gets the strike away. He gets the strike away. The ball comes across. Here we go. He gets the strike away. Watch is it his right foot? Yeah, his right foot gets trapped between player and turf and it just goes over. Oh, it's not a nice one to watch. But he gets the shot away. It's a fabulous save from Areola. It's going to go behind for a Leeds corner, but it's still getting VAR checked. I think this one's going to be a pen. I think this is going to be a pen. Swifty, I spotted the Salah slide a while ago. Lost a bit of pace and confidence. Gone. To be fair, to give you credit, mate, you did. You've been saying it for a long old while. But but it also should be pointed out that even this season, as bad as people are saying Salah's dreadful, can we just point out Salah's numbers this season would be a decent season, a good season for most wingers. Like, Salah is only having a really, really awful season in comparison to Mo Salah. And he is. He's absolutely missing chance after chance. He's been awful in comparison to himself. But he's not having a terrible, terrible season by the standards of maybe every other winger that he's compared to. I don't think Salah will stay in the Prem, mate. No, mate. I mean, he could do, but I don't think he will. I think he'll go to a European team, Gav. Well, it has been cleared. For some reason, that gets cleared. I don't know how that is not a penalty, I'll be honest. Don't know how that's not a pen. Jake, do you want Gordon Key? No, absolutely not. He needs a slower league. I just think he needs a manager who'll do what Slot did for him last year. Slot basically said to him last year, you have... Well, apparently this came out of the first meeting that Mo Salah had with Arne Slot. Apparently, the first thing he said to the manager is, if you get me like near to the goal more often and you sort of limit the defensive work that I have to do, I will win you the Premier League. That was what he said. If you get me around the net more and limit what I have to do going back the other way, I will win you the Prem. And he did. He did exactly as he said. The problem is this season, Slot has done that again. And he's missed a lot of chances, Mo Salah, and he's not delivering as he was. So the managers then had to go, well, I can't keep blindly sticking with you, Mo. I've got to make some changes. Otherwise, the team's going to sink like a stone. Can't believe that got cleared. Cannot believe that got cleared. Does anyone else think that was a penalty? Stack's come back on now. I mean, Aronson's getting warmed up just in case he can't run it off. But it was a penalty and a half, that. I can't believe he's not giving it. Adama Traore, great run. Walker-Peters. Do you know what? I don't know if there could have been a better value money signing than Adama Traore, because when he's on, when he is absolutely at it, he's unplayable. Just as I say that, he skies it over the bar. He's just so good, Adama Traore. He's got everything you want in a player. He can cross. He can beat a man. He's got more pace than any other player maybe in the league. He just can't really finish. Definitely a pen, says Johnny. Would you take Bowen at Liverpool? Absolutely, I would, yes. I'd love him at Liverpool. It's a clear pen. You just can't do that. Finner says, that isn't a pen, but a little tap on the leg by Van Dijk is. I mean, the thing is, Van Dijk did bring him down. That was a penalty. That was a pen, that. It was a pen from Van Dijk. 3-star, Stack struggling, not what Leeds want to see in a relegation fight. Yeah, he's been very important for him, hasn't he? United Football says, hey, Key, can you predict the remaining winners for the Champions League, Prem and FA Cup? Arsenal, City... Arsenal, City... I can't really compare it. I don't know. Arsenal, City... Oh, so many teams who just... Champions League. I've had a funny feeling about Arsenal all season in that. So, do you know what? I'll stick my neck out and say... I don't want it to happen, obviously, but I do think it could be Arsenal's year, Champions League-wise. I actually think, in a weird way, they're more likely to win the Champions League than they are the Prem in some ways. Because the Premier League, I think City have got in their head. Whereas in Europe, they seem a little bit more unbeatable, and they smashed Bayern earlier in the season, and it's going to be difficult for them against Sporting. We're going to be there for that on Tuesday. I'm going to be watching that one. We'll be there for the hate watch. Barca. I think PSG retain. PSG really haven't impressed me. I'm not really well versed in Barca so much this season. I've watched a fair few games, but PSG, whenever I've watched them, Barca have been a bit up and down, but PSG have been really steady, 7 out of 10. Not brilliant. Not what they were last year. Just say Sporting. Yeah, Sporting. I was in the stadium for the Carlos Alberto goal. Was you really? When it happened? Goodness me. Well done you. That's fantastic. I love that. Can't say I've ever been to a World Cup, but I'd love to. It's definitely bucket list. United Football says, I've seen a pen like that given against United during the Fulham game. Joke. Honestly, no consistency. Adam, who stays up? Leeds and West Ham both stay up for me. Sorry, Spurs. And Chelsea, dark horse for the FA Cup. Do you know what? Yeah, actually, that's not a terrible shout. Chelsea for the FA Cup, given what they did in the Club World Cup. But I just feel like the whole Blue Co stuff and the Liam Rosenior, you know, it feels like the fans are probably going to make that harder for them. They're not really united as a club at the minute. And I think that's important going into the last few weeks of the season. So, nah, it's not a bad shout. Chelsea have got a good record in cup competitions, but no, I don't think it's going to be Chelsea. City has 2 extra games with the FA Cup now. City have got the squad to deal with it, and they always click in just in this part of the season. This is City's bread and butter. This is when they turn up. They've been garbage before Christmas. Everyone was taking the mick out of City. Everyone thought City were going to be where Liverpool are now. But they've clicked into gear, and there's a real chance they could win a domestic treble. This is City under Pep. They are mentality monsters, but they are also just unbelievably well set up in terms of the squad depth. They've spent a fortune. And they've been preparing for it for years and years and years. They're a well-run club. Do you think we send Spurs down last game of the season, Key? No, I still think Spurs stay up. I think with De Zerbi, I think they stay up. LJSA, saw your reaction to Southampton on X, pissing myself laughing at it. Salah is having a bad season, but he's equaling Saka in the numbers. Is he really? I know Saka's not having a great season. Again, by his standards, I wouldn't say Saka's having a terrible season, but by his standards, it's not great. And it's probably the same with Salah. Everton pushing for Europe. Everton are not going to get Europe. Everton won't get Europe. It ain't happening. I tell you what, if Everton get Europe, David Moyes should win Manager of the Year. He should. Absolutely he should. But it ain't happening. I mean, listen, get excited. It's not often Everton get chance to get excited for anything. But no, Everton aren't getting Europe. That's not happening. Is it just me, or has Joe Bellingham disappeared? He's not. Yeah, I mean, wasn't there still some issue with his mum and dad going into the dressing room after games where he wasn't getting picked or where he was getting subbed off? Like, I'm sure there's some sort of issue behind the scenes with, like, he moved to Dortmund on the basis that he would get more opportunities, and it's not been as forthcoming, maybe, or it's maybe not been as much as his parents would have liked. West Ham strike over the bar. Timbo Key gave me stick for saying Everton will finish top half. I am Nostradamus. Lord Yorkshire. Carrick has the same players as Amorim, so the manager does play an important part. Get rid of Slot. No. The difference with Man United is, the difference with Man United and Liverpool is twofold. One, your bench is better than ours. It's better than ours. It is. I don't think it will be after the summer, but it is absolutely right now. And that's important. Two, you play one game a week. You went out of every cup competition. You weren't in Europe, and you went out of every cup competition at the first hurdle. Liverpool have made the FA Cup quarter-final. We're in the Champions League quarter-final. We've still got 2 big games to go, and we're fighting for the Champions League places, whereas United, Carrick came in with very little expectation. I don't think if Carrick doesn't get Champions League football, he doesn't get the job. But there wouldn't have been like a massive kick-off. It would have just been, well, we go again. United fans didn't expect Champions League football this season. Amorim was playing people out of position. All Carrick had to do was not do that. Yeah, and he was also playing a back 5, which United didn't have the players for, but they hired Amorim to get those players, didn't they? That was the whole point. United football, I wouldn't say our bench is better, but I'll say Carrick doesn't send defenders on when we need a goal and attackers when we need to defend. Who sends attackers on when we need to defend? Is that a dig at Amorim? Defenders on when you need a goal and attackers when you need to defend. Absolutely, United's bench is better than Liverpool's. I promise you. You're not going to convince me otherwise, and it pains me to say it. But Man United's bench, they can call on players that we simply cannot. And if you look at United's bench, look at that, even in the last game, right? The last game against Bournemouth, United could bring on Mason Mount, Xerxes, Sesko, Agati. Now, Agati's not brilliant, but he's an international midfielder. We don't really have that. Again, we're looking at players like Nione, Kieran Morrison, Nallo, Calvin Ramsey. We've named 2 goalies on the bench for most of the season. It's just not the same. It's not even remotely the same. Mazraoui, Yoro. Like, you've got a better bench than us. You've absolutely got a better bench than us. Frimpong being brought on yesterday was the weirdest sub I've seen. I think that was to warm him up for the PSG game. Honestly, at 3-0, at 48 minutes, I think the manager is already thinking about PSG. And if I'm dead honest, he has to. I have no problem with him thinking about PSG at 3-0. Amorim was stubborn. And that was... Amorim was stubborn, and that was his downfall. United football. Hey, Key, all bias aside, do you think that Bruno is currently top 3 midfielders in the world? No. No, I don't, mate. No, he's a very, very decent number 10, and he's having a good season, but I wouldn't have Bruno Fernandes at Liverpool. And that's even now, like, he would be a bench player for me at Liverpool. He's not a player that I would start. What do United do with Rashford in the summer? Apparently Barcelona are still trying to negotiate, aren't they? They're still trying to negotiate the fee. John says Spurs fans getting excited over De Zerbi's training session vid clip. Pathetic. But again, is that not... They're going to get excited because they've not really had a whole lot to get excited about. Brothers, happy Easter chat and Key. What games are coming up on the channel this week? Games coming up on the channel this week. So Monday we are doing... So tomorrow, Millwall against Norwich in the Championship, 1 o'clock, Easter Monday. We're going to see if Millwall can be a Premier League side next year. Millwall beating Borough to go second in the Championship. Massive game. Millwall against Norwich. Norwich are flying as well at the minute, so we're doing that one. And then tomorrow night, we're doing our second Serie A game of the Easter weekend. Tonight we're doing Inter Roma. Tomorrow we're doing Napoli AC Milan. So all teams that are concentrated at the top end of the table should be really good. Tuesday, Sporting Arsenal. Come on, Sporting. I'll be changing my lights to green for that one. Wednesday, we're doing PSG Liverpool. Thursday, Crystal Palace Fiorentina. I might even wear my Fiorentina kit for that one. Palace Fiorentina on Thursday. Friday night, we're going to be doing a bit of La Liga, Real Madrid Girona. And then back to the Premier League next week, Saturday. So, all good stuff. Lucky F and Ducky, as a United fan, you hit the nail. Look at Newcastle, made Champions League, but not a deep squad to compete. Both Premier League and Champions League. If we don't improve depth, we'll finish 6th or worse next year. Absolutely. This is it. It's all about squad depth. It's all about squad depth. It's half-time here. Since the Leeds goal and the prospective penalty, there's not really been a huge amount of chances, but it has been a really, really entertaining watch. I still think West Ham have got the chance to turn this round. Tanaka's deflected goal, putting Leeds in front. But I still think there's a game on. There's definitely a game on. Cullen Kahaki, Bruno walks all over your whole midfield. But Bruno's not a midfielder, is he? He's a number 10. He's not a midfielder. You can't put Bruno deep. And when you have put Bruno deep, you've been exposed. Bruno is not a sitting midfielder. So he can't replace McAllister or Gravenberch. He's not that. The actual answer there is Bruno Fernandes or Wirtz. And would I swap 30-year-old Bruno Fernandes or Florian Wirtz, who's 21, and doing basically the same numbers? Bruno Fernandes and Wirtz are doing basically the same numbers. The only difference is that United have got players ahead of him that can finish. Cunha and Burmo. You know, Sesko at times, very good finisher. Liverpool haven't had that. Salah's missed chance after chance after chance. We've had Gakpo missing sitters. Ekatike for the last 3 or 4 months has been missing sitters. We haven't really got that. So, for me, no, I think Bruno Fernandes, wonderful player, but I wouldn't swap him for Wirtz. Right, halftime quiz. Halftime quiz. United Football says, I don't see Barca finding the deal for Rashford, to be honest. I'll take Roy Keane over Agate. Listen, Agate is going to go this summer, isn't he? I don't mind the players that United have. I think Mainoo's good. I think Casemiro, you could even work another year out of him. But you're going to need better. United have got a big rebuild in the summer. Maybe as big as Liverpool. But right now, with 1 game a week, United have the better squad, definitely. It's not even close to a debate on that one, I promise you. If I was negotiating with Barca, I would say 30 to 35 or leg it. None of this is reloading. If you can't pay, then piss off. Barca are very tight on money, aren't they? Numbers are numbers, mate. Watch a United game, you'll see why Bruno's world class. I watch footy for a living, mate. This is what I do. I watch pretty much every United game, and I agree. Bruno is a phenomenal player. It's some of the... You'll see the assist that he got against Villa. The assist that he got against Villa, I was like, oh my God, absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic from Bruno. I know what a great player he is. He's a fabulous player. What I'm saying to you is Wirtz does exactly the same stuff. It's just that he maybe doesn't get the praise because the chances don't get finished off. So no, I wouldn't swap Wirtz for Fernandes. I absolutely acknowledge that you wouldn't swap Fernandes for Wirtz. But I think the Man United board and manager would. Put it that way. Halftime quiz, mate. Halftime quiz. Okay, halftime quiz. There's been 11 players who have played for both Leeds and West Ham. Can you name them for me? I've got 2 quizzes for you, actually. So that one's a quick one. 11 players who've played in the Premier League for both Leeds and West Ham. Can you name them? Cullen says Wirtz is younger, which is understandable. He has no better attributes than Bruno. I know nobody's claiming that he does. Nobody's claiming that he does, but he's younger and he's doing basically the same. So for that reason, I wouldn't swap him. Rio Ferdinand and Somerville both correct. Yep, Somerville's right. Rio Ferdinand is right. Alan Smith never played for West Ham. No. Snodgrass, good answer. Yes, Snodgrass. We've got Rio Ferdinand. Agate, I still think there's a player there. Agate was great, wasn't he, for Sporting? And a little bit for PSG, but for Sporting, he was a really, really top player. Bowyer, yeah, Bowyer's correct. Federico Fernandez. Wirtz isn't doing basically the same, but yes, of course, you'd sign Wirtz over Bruno. Well, he's doing, if you look at, again, we've talked about this before, but you can see the numbers. The most chances created from open play, of any player in the Premier League is Florian Wirtz. It's not Bruno Fernandes. Bowyer, we've got some of the others. Robbie Keane, Rob Green, yes. Calvin Phillips, good answer, yeah. Some of the others that are left are a little bit older, a little bit more older. So, trying to give you some clues. One of them was the first ever goal scorer in the Premier League. Yeah, one of them's the first ever goal scorer in the Premier League. Sam Byram, well done, Lee. Brian Dean, well done. And the 2 that are remaining are... How can I give you clues? I don't think there is. One of them played for Sunderland as well. West Ham, Leeds, Sunderland. He was a fullback. His surname is one of the Beatles. Not Les Ferdinand, no. Yeah, but you also could say there's context to that, but you would also have to say that Bruno takes every free kick, every corner, and Wirtz doesn't for Liverpool. So there's that, isn't there? There's also that. star. It's not John Lennon, it's not Aaron Lennon, it's George McCartney. George McCartney, and the final one is Lee Chapman. I was trying to think of a way I could give you the clue for that, but Lee Chapman played for both Leeds and West Ham in the Premier League. So you've got Lee Bowyer, Sam Byram, Lee Chapman, Brian Deane, Rio Ferdinand, Rob Green, Robbie Keane, George McCartney, Calvin Phillips, Robert Snodgrass, and Crescencio Somerville, who is injured today. Not Jack Harrison, no, but I'll give you the fact. Pete Best, love that, Madhouse. United Football Key, I've looked it up, and Bruno has created more chances than Vert. Mate, I promise you he's not. It was on TNT Sport literally the other day. TNT Sport did a full feature on it the other day. If your analysis or data is better than theirs, then I stand corrected. But TNT did a full segment on it the other day. And Bruno hasn't played since then. So, can you give me the top 25... This is the second quiz. The top 25 most assists in the Premier League for these two clubs. So combined, I want the top 25 assisters for West Ham and Leeds United combined. Can you give me them? Can you give me them? Mark Chapman. Yeah, Mark Chapman was the guy that shot John Lennon. For those clubs specifically. Yes, just for those clubs specifically. Just for those clubs specifically. So for West Ham and Leeds, the most assists for these clubs in the Premier League combined. Payet. Payet is in there. He's 14th. Just give me some good, talented players for both. Jared Bowen, Ahmed, is number 1. He's created more assists, more goals, than any other player who's played for these clubs in the Premier League. Calvert-Lewin isn't there. No, not Calvert-Lewin. Noble is 2nd. Well done. Bowen, Payet, Noble, not Mervyn Day. No, it's only Premier League. Paqueta. No, believe it or not, Paqueta is not in there. Harry Kewell. Yes, Harry Kewell is 7th. Frank Lampard and Joe Cole. Joe Cole, no, but Frank Lampard, yes. Frank Lampard is 16th. Who else have we got? Di Canio, yes. Di Canio's there. Di Canio's 10th. Cantona, no. Somerville, no, not Somerville. Not Somerville. Not Mascherano. Di Canio we've got. Well done, Medusa. Not James Milner. No, he only played very briefly for Leeds, didn't he? Viduka. No, not Viduka. West Ham comeback. I still think so, yeah. Not Scott Parker. Not Jermaine Defoe, no. Not Marlon Herwood. Ian Hart. Well done. Ian Hart is 6th. Ian Hart is 6th. Carlton Cole is there as well. Carlton Cole is 8th, believe it or not. Michael Antonio is 3rd. Cresswell, yes, Cresswell. Good answer, brothers. Kudus. No, not Kudus. Eric Bakker. Eric Bakker. No, not Eric Bakker. Alan Smith. Surely Alan Smith. Yeah, Alan Smith's there. He's 18th. Bowyer is there. Yeah, Bowyer's there. Jack Harrison is there. Good answers. Keep them coming. Gary Kelly. Yes. Gary Kelly. Where is he? No, Gary Kelly's not there. I thought he was. No, not Gary Kelly. Not Bissaka. No. Fornals. Fornals is joint 25th, so I'll give him you. Fornals is there. Lanzini. Yes, Lanzini is 13th. United Football says Bruno averages a rating of 8.03 a game, while Verts averages 7.19 per game. And we're not talking about ratings. Bruno's also created double of Verts' chances in the league. Yeah, no, so maybe that's where the difference is. So it's from open play. That's what I said. TNT put that graphic up. Verts has created most chances from open play of any player in the Premier League this season. That's the fact. You can find it. You can search it up. Declan Rice, no. Radaby, no. Lucas Radaby, no. Gary McAllister, yes. Gary McAllister's the Macca. One of my favourite ever players. He's 11th. Glenn Johnson, no. Nicholas, yo, how's it going, mate? Ian Hart, I think we've already got. So we've got, so far, this is the question, by the way. If you've just joined, we are doing our halftime quiz, which is, I want the top 25 goal creators, top 25 players with the most assists for Leeds and West Ham combined. They don't have to play, but they don't have to have played for both. But if you was to order all of the Leeds top assisters and all of the West Ham top assisters, top goal creators, and put them into a combined order of 25 players with the most Premier League assists for that specific club, what would it be? So far, you've got Bowen, Noble, Antonio, Cresswell, Hart, Kuehl, Cole, Di Canio, McAllister, Lanzini, Payet, Lampard, Smith, Harrison, Bowyer, and Fornals. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left to get. 9 of the top 25 still to go. Bamford. Bamford's right. Bamford's correct. Not Lingard. Not Rafinha. Carlton Cole we've got. Soufal. Yes. Not Yossi Benayoun though, but Soufal's right. Not Carlos Tevez. TNT are liars, clearly paid by Liverpool to make up that stat. Ben Rama. Yes, Ben Rama's there. Good stuff. Not Aronson. Not Rafinha. Gary Speed. Good answer. Gary Speed's there. Yes. God rest his soul. Gary Speed. Can't believe Carlton Cole is that high. We didn't respect his creativity. Carlton Cole, believe it or not, is 8th in the total list. The vast majority of the list, to be fair, Gary Kelly, Danny, the reason Gary Kelly, I think, isn't there is because of how short a time Leeds spent maybe in the top flight compared to West Ham. There's not that many Leeds players in there. In the whole list, it's vastly West Ham. And maybe because Leeds spread the assists around quite a bit. But yeah, Fornals at 26 has more assists in the Premier League than Gary Kelly. Not Souček, but Soufal is there. Hasselbank is another one. Very good answer. Hasselbank for Leeds. I mean, he was astonishing, wasn't he? Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank for a couple of seasons in the Prem before he went away to Atletico. He was even brilliant when he came back with Chelsea, but he was phenomenal for Leeds, Jimmy Floyd. He's in the Hasselbank. Not Ashton, not Yarmolenko. You're now looking at players kind of 2002 and before, if I'm dead honest with you. We're looking at players before 2002. So you've got a player who was famous in the top 5. You've got a player who's 5th in this list, who was famously kicked in the face by one of his teammates in a training video that went viral. Not Ross McCormack. No, not Souček. Player who got kicked in the face by his teammates. Did Kieran Dyer play for one of them? I think Kieran Dyer played for West Ham, but he's not in the list. Trevor Sinclair is one answer, yeah, but he's not the player I was referring to. Timbo, I feel sorry for Hasselbank. He was easily good enough to be in our league-winning side. Hasselbank was incredible. Not Paul Kitson, it's Isle Berkovic. Isle Berkovic was the player who got kicked in the face by John Hartson in a training video. You can still see it on YouTube when they were in training together for West Ham. John Hartson kicked him in the head deliberately as well. It was a fight, and it went out, and Isle Berkovic took one to the face. But he is 5th in the list. The only other players that are left, given that we're about to kick off, I'll give you the final 3 players. Brian Dean was 15th. Rod Wallace was 17th. And 25th was Steve Lomas. Steve Lomas, he has the same number of assists as Fornals. So, the top 25, 26 was Fornals, Lomas, Hasselbank, Bamford, Bowyer, Harrison, Benrahma, Speed, Alan Smith, Wallace, Lampard, Brian Dean, Payet, Lanzini, Sofal, McAllister, and then the top 10 was Di Canio, Sinclair, Carlton Cole, Harry Kewell, Ian Hart, Isle Berkovic, Aaron Cresswell, Mikhail Antonio, Mark Noble, and Jared Bowen is top. There you go. Right, half-time quiz done and dusted. We're off for the second half. Here we go. Broken Verdict says, Key, where did you think Sami Khedira ranks in terms of centre mids? Do you think Diego Godin is world class? Where would he rank if he was playing all time in the Prem? Diego Godin was fantastic. Yeah, he was good, but would he have been? I think he'd have probably, if he'd have played in the Prem, I think he'd have probably been in the top 10 Premier League centre backs of all time. Yeah, I think he was that good, Godin. He was very good. Adama Traore now counter-attack. They're not catching him. Oh, and they just take him out. That's a yellow card from Ampadu. He turns around and gives the ref a thumbs up. A clear thumbs up from the ref from Ampadu. That was about the same as rugby tackling him. Ampadu was like, you are not getting past me, lad. He literally just wiped him out. Totally wiped him out. Adama Traore was away there. I'm biased, but I don't think the partnership of Hasselbank and Good-Johnson gets enough credit. Ida Good-Johnson was unbelievable, wasn't he? He was phenomenal, Ida Good-Johnson. So good. If Godin played in the Prem, he'd be in the same category as Vidic. Yeah, I agree. He was so underrated. In terms of Sami Khedira, though, mate, Sami Khedira, he was good, but no more than that. Like, I think he would have been a reliable Premier League player, but I think he's probably one that I would file. Yeah, he was very, very decent, very reliable, but he was also a bit meh. Where are we up to? Aaron says Ian Hart was the GOAT at set pieces back in the day. He was unreal. Yeah, Ian Hart was fantastic. Steve Lomas, legend. Love it. Medusa Cascade. Gary Speed was a player. Gary Speed was incredible. Yeah, very, very tidy player. Do you know what? The thing with Gary Speed as well was he was great at Newcastle. He was great at Everton. He was great at Bolton. He was great at Leeds. And he was pretty much loved at every single one of them. And there's not that many players who have bounced around that many clubs and like unanimously been like just well received. And I don't know what he was like as a person. None of us do really, unless you knew him personally. But like as a player, he was really, really talented and he worked his socks off. There was never any like grumbling from him really. That's not that I remember anyway. Claydon, which team would Godin join in the Premier League? Would he have ever come to us? Probably not at the time. No, we were a bit naff when he was at his best. Bradders, do we know he'll be playing who in the semis? Is the draw after the game? Draws after the game. LJ, hi guys, had to go for a bit. What was the halftime quiz? It was Leeds and West Ham goal creators in the Premier League. RIP Gary Speed. Absolutely right, David. Yes. Couldn't agree more. Khedira is in the Carrick category. 7 out of 10. Oh, God. Don't let United fans hear you say that. Carrick, 7 out of 10. Darren Huckabee. Yes. Normal guy. Key, do you see a red card in this one? In this one later. Are you on about this game or the Inter game later on? This one, no. I don't think there'll be a red card in it. What are we on for cards at the moment? He's definitely give a couple out. Let's have a look. One, two. He only give 2 out. Oh yeah, he's only give 2 out. Both to Leeds players, Ampadu and Nemecha. Maybe Ampadu could, but I think he'll get dragged off the pitch before that becomes a real problem. Good ball in. Chance far post. Good defending from Leeds. This is better. How was Ampadu only let off with a yellow there? Do you want to see red cards given for that? I don't know if you want to see red cards given for that type of stuff. Like, he wasn't last man, but it's quite clear that he didn't try to play the ball, isn't it? So I don't know. Does that Does that offer teams maybe an easy out where they can just rugby tackle a player? Like, I think those types of cynical fouls could and maybe should be punished a bit more harshly. If you're running and you've got maybe you and another player and you're running on a defender, a lone defender, he's not last man, but if a player comes from behind you and literally drags you back, has no intention of getting the ball, but full on drags you back to stop that chance, and they get a yellow card, is that fair? I don't think it is, you know. Jay Shaw, can't wait to play you lot at the Hill Dickinson Key. Hey, I can't wait either, lad. I can't wait either. We're going to put it up, same as we always do. Medusa Cascade, Serie A, next 2 days will be a great watch. Yes, really looking forward to the 2 Serie A games that we're doing. The Inter-Roma game tonight and the... oh my God, I tell you what. Oh, hey, if Tati Castellanos... Did you see... Please tell me you're watching this. I don't think he's... Yeah, he might have been onside, actually. This goal is a bit like the Demba Ba one at Chelsea. Oh, no, Papis Cisse, wasn't it? It was Papis Cisse at Chelsea where he strikes it against Newcastle outside of the foot. An unbelievable finish, that, from Tati Castellanos. But it's been ruled out. He was offside. Carrick has become better in people's eyes every year after he's retired. He was a good player. Timbo says that Everton game, Liverpool game will be a bore draw like most games they had at Goodison. To be honest, they're not having a great time at the minute at the Hill Dickinson. Yeah, they're not having a great time. CG, I genuinely think Adama Traore could switch to WWE when his football career finishes. And LJ, what's Inter going to be up to tonight? I haven't only watched Serie A in a long time. I only watch Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga and the Scottish Prem. Inter Roma tonight should be good. And then straight after, tomorrow we're going to be doing Napoli against AC Milan. So both games will be fantastic. Barely off, though. Yeah, it was tight, wasn't it? It was very tight. What do you think of the idea of sin bins? I've said for a while I think we should have orange cards, maybe. Introduce a third card, which, like a sin bin, 10 minutes off the pitch. I think that would be a fantastic introduction to football. Couldn't agree more. It's a bit American, isn't it? It's a bit like entertaining and, showbiz, whatever. But no, I absolutely think that would be a fantastic idea for football, to get rid of those exact types of circumstances where if there is a cynical foul, maybe you have to lose a player for 10, maybe 15 minutes. Orange card, you're off the pitch. I'd love that. Love it. They're not having a good time, but they'll obviously be up for the Liverpool game. They also did batter us there, so maybe they'll turn it round. Anfield Vortex, Freddie Ljungberg, great player too. Gary Speed, the Welsh Dynamo. Loved Gary Speed. Medusa Cascade, I think Carrick was underrated. Deserved more England caps than what he got. To be honest, Michael Carrick, I never thought was appreciated at England level. He probably should have played more, but managers were always preoccupied with trying to shoehorn Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes in, weren't they? And I get it, because they were so good, but I don't know if there was a system that could have utilised them. We never really played with a midfield three, did we? We never really did midfield three with England. It was always either Scholes off the left, or it was Lampard exactly where he wanted to be in the 10. Lampard always got the, he got the greasy, whatever it is, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Lampard always got the better end of that deal. Gerrard was asked to do all the defensive work. So his England career's a bit, Scholes' England career's a bit garbage as well. He was always shoved out to the left. Oh, unlucky Leeds, nearly. Told you Leeds have this in the bag. West Ham are too weak. Timbo, I say introduce rainbow cards, so all colours are included. Equality. Absolute woke nonsense, says Sean Dyche. 3-star says, may not be a red, but a 5 or 10 minute rugby style sin bin sanction to stamp out the take one for the team. Yeah, listen, I love that. Ahmed says, Key, a quiz for you. One of Leeds' players on the pitch is an ex-Chelsea player. One of Leeds' players on the pitch is an ex-Chelsea player. Ampadu. It's Ampadu, isn't it? I think it's Ampadu. Richard Kennedy. Hopefully the demolition of Chelsea at the Hill Dickinson can be our home form turning point. Well, it's going to have to be. I think your away form's been fantastic, but yeah, you've got to start churning those home wins out if you're going to get European football. And Brentford, listen, the Everton-Brentford game is arguably as big, if not bigger, for Everton. Obviously it's still 3 points, I get it, but Brentford are a big rival for Everton for those European places. If Brentford were to beat Everton, then it all kind of looks a little bit ominous. Shadow Ninja, would you say, going hypothetically, considering it looks more and more likely that Coventry are going up, if Tottenham go down, is it realistic to say I want us to sign Maddison? No disrespect to Radoni at all. No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's realistic that you sign James Maddison, mate. No, I don't think Coventry will have that sort of money. I'd be intrigued to see how much Coventry would... How much do we think Coventry will pay? Spend, let's say, transfer budget, how much will Coventry spend to go up to the Premier League? When they go up, they're going to have to do something big to try and get themselves into a position like Sunderland have, like Leeds have, to be fair. They're going to have to spend some serious money. How much are they willing to commit to it to stay up? There's a lot of teams who've come up, by the way, who've come up and done really, really well in the Championship, looked really good in the Championship, maybe even won the Championship, and been rock bottom of the Premier League the next season because they've stayed loyal to the players that they had. Coventry are going to have to do something, and I just worry how much they're going to spend when they come up. CG says, England, so garbage, underwhelming, frigging technically best players in the golden era and never want to think. Yes, very true. Normal guy says, if Inter lose and AC win, they're only 3 points behind. I still think Napoli, honestly, Napoli, I've got something about them in the big, big games this season. I still think Napoli can do something tomorrow night. I mean, to be honest, Napoli are only 7 points behind Inter. If Roma were to beat Inter, they would go on to 57 points, level on points with Como in fourth. So Roma would be in the Champions League spots. Gasperini has done okay with them this season. Roma getting into the Champions League spots if they win against Inter tonight. And then you would have AC Milan against Napoli tomorrow. If Napoli win, they go second, and they would be 4 points behind Inter. So there's really not a lot in it. Really not a lot in it. Gerrard and Lampard were both attacking eights and played in a 4-4-2. Made no sense. Everton and Brentford to finish above Liverpool and Chelsea, imagine. We'll have to go into hiding. Shadow Ninja, I'll agree with the chat with 100 million personally. Also believe we have a 4 million optional future fee for Onyeka should we go up. I mean, Onyeka's not a bad signing. Yeah, you need a bit of Premier League experience. But 100 million, I think, is the bare minimum now that you have to spend net. I'm talking 100 million investment. You've got to go and get 3, 4, maybe 5 players, Premier League quality, that can get you there. Lukaku on strike at Napoli, shock horror. Lukaku, not really surprising. Wonderful footballer at his best, but yeah, his behaviour's been a bit questionable, hasn't it, in recent seasons. The Anfield Vortex, why do you think football refs get so much stick compared to rugby refs? Less respect, etc. I think it's a culture thing, isn't it? I think in football, referees are treated with respect in rugby because if you surround the referee in rugby, well, one they're mic'd up, but they also make it very clear, very plain from the off that if you speak to me with disrespect, I'm gonna book you, or I'm gonna get you off the pitch or whatever, right? I think if that approach was taken in the Premier League, you would see the behaviours immediately change. Immediately. And it's a point of pride for rugby fans as well, isn't it? Whenever you speak to rugby fans, they all talk about it in the same way. And listen, I'm originally from St Helens. I know a thing or two about how you treat referees, or how rugby fans treat referees. And listen, they get a bit of stick from the stands. But generally speaking, it's a point of pride that it's like, We don't behave how those footballers do, and we don't behave how those football fans do, crowding the ref, treating him like this and shouting nonsense at him. You know, it's all, you put a sir on the end of every statement, don't you? That's, I mean, to be fair, that's what I grew up with in football as well. In football, you always spoke to the referee, you said sir. So that's why now it's, can we get a check on that, please, sir? Can we get a VAR on that, please, sir? You always put sir on the end of every sentence with referees. Twerky Thomas, twerking for referees. Richard Kennedy, both of our next games are big. If we beat Brentford, and is it Fulham you're playing? Yeah, we play Fulham. We could be joint points for the derby the game after. Rugby's really transparent. It is, and I like that. I like the fact that the refs are mic'd up. CG, how was Martinelli not sent off for shoving the ref yesterday? Yeah, I mean, I think it does just change if referees are prepared to punish the behaviour. They're just not. Like time wasting. How much have we all complained as fans? How much have we all complained about time wasting from the opposition? Doesn't matter what club you support. Whatever club you support, we've all complained about time wasting from the opposition, haven't we? Right? The FA brought a ruling at the start of this season, or the PGMOL, sorry, brought a ruling at the start of this season. If the goalkeeper hangs onto the ball for too long, longer than 6 seconds or whatever, we'll give a corner. It happened at the start of the season. And believe me, it only happened maybe 2 or 3 times. I think there was one specific occasion, it might have been at Selhurst Park, where the keeper hung on to it for too long. The ref gave a corner. They scored off the corner. And from that, I think pretty much every manager in the league went, oh my God, right, keeper, if you get the ball, roll it out, or put it down, or whatever. Oh, West Ham at the post! Nearly 1-1. Oh, Tati Castellanos, so close. It's the post off the cross. Nearly 1-1. It's all West Ham now. It's all West Ham here. Phew. Oh, listen, he's ridiculous, him. He is absolutely ridiculous. We need to... we don't need it. Liverpool don't need it. We've got a left-back secured. But believe me when I say, if some top team doesn't sign Malik Diouf in the next couple of seasons, he'll be at Real Madrid. He's that good. He's unbelievable, Malik Diouf. That ball in is Trent Alexander-Arnold's levels. He's that good. Far post again. Cleared away. Stood up by Walker-Peters. There's a push in the back. Referee's not having it. Luke Watts, it's stupid from Martinelli, but I think the yellow was fair. I want Diouf this. Honestly, Diouf is unreal. He's absolutely different class. Every time I've watched him. Attacking-wise, just an absolute difference maker. So much energy. Defensively, I mean, the same with most modern fullbacks. Defensively, he's a little bit questionable at times, positionally. But he's a strong lad. He's fit. He's fast. Like, you could absolutely utilise him as a top fullback in the Champions League. You really could. And especially if you were able to get him, like, maybe beefed out a bit like Hakimi. Oh, he'd be an asset. Diouf would be incredible for any top team this summer. If West Ham go down, he would be the one I would take. But Liverpool, we've got Kirkes. We don't really need a left-back now. But I think any team looking for a left-back at the top end would be stupid not to look at Diouf. It was Adama's cross. No, Adama put the original cross in. The second ball in. It came back. Adama put the first one in. It came back out and Diouf whipped one in. And it was right in the corridor of uncertainty. Just right. Keeper couldn't come for it. Defenders couldn't touch it. And if any of the strikers had gambled, Diouf was getting an assist. He was getting an assist. Broken verdict. Our Spurs. Are you Spurs fan again now? Is Diouf better than Robbie Fowler? No. I'd put Robbie Fowler at left back for Liverpool now. Spain had Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets. I mean, it wasn't even necessarily a golden generation, was it, for Liverpool, for England at the time? Not compared to them. Was the World Cup trophy expensive? Is it heavy? It's not. It's not heavy at all. No, it's not heavy. I mean, it's not light, but it's not heavy. It got sent to me. It's free. I didn't pay for it. It was a complimentary. Like, here you go. That'll look nice on your streams. And given that I'm doing this whole thing for the World Cup, like, I thought it was a nice gesture. Gav says, to be honest, Key, I think that Juve is on our summer shortlist at Chelsea. I would have thought that, but you have just agreed a deal, according to Romano. You've just agreed a deal for Barco, haven't you? Valentin Barco from Strasbourg, who's a left back. So even if Cucurella goes, you've got Hato. I don't think you'll sign Juve. You won't sign Juve and have Hato and have Barco. Nah, I can't see that. The Anfield Vortex, Juve or Kirkes? Who's better then? Kirkes. Yeah, I wouldn't... Listen, Kirkes has been very, very good as well this year. I think he's done really well. He's a bit all over the place when he first started, but I think last few months he's been really good, really reliable. To be honest, he was quite good against City. Normal guy, Inter, Bayern, PSG, maybe, or a Prem team. Or am I crazy? He's here again, Juve. Honestly, they're desperate. They can't get him on that left foot. That's why he keeps having to cut back and pass it back. But if he's on that left foot, it's an absolute tin opener. Having enough players in a position has never stopped us signing another one. Well, that's true, yeah. Chelsea will quite happily have 49 players on the books, won't they? Julius Key, where did you get your things you display your football kits on? Just off Amazon, mate. Just Amazon. It was ages ago, over a year ago I bought them. So just search. I don't know what we searched. Display shirt. I don't even think it was shirt display. I think it was just plastic display holder. It's not even anything. Yeah, they were quite cheap. Just a free Jules Rimet, the perks, eh? Edge of the box, Bowen, strike, good block. I thought Chelsea had a transfer ban. It's from Strasbourg, innit? Yeah, they can get anyone they want from Strasbourg. Barco plays midfielder with Strasbourg now. Oh, but isn't he predominantly a left back? I know he's played a little bit in midfield, but he's predominantly been a left back in most of his career. Can't see him being a centre mid or a left mid for Chelsea. Ben, need a draw here. Come on, West Ham. Listen, there's still time. 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes to go. Leeds are making a couple of changes. Okafor about to come off for Calvert-Lewin. Nonto's also coming on. Who else are they bringing off? Nemetcha's gone off. He's on a booking. So Nemetcha's gone off. Okafor's going off. So I think that's going to be for Nonto and Calvert-Lewin, isn't it? And who else? Who else are they bringing off? Tanaka. There you go. Tanaka's off as well. The goal scorer. Tanaka off with Okafor and Nemetcha. And it's Calvert-Lewin, Nonto and Gruev coming on. Can't wait for Strasbourg to sensationally sign Manyan so we can loan him. Yeah. Cooking the books, FC. Hope we get a Southampton, Leeds or West Ham tie. Claydon, will you be live for the draw or will you stop after Leeds or West Ham win? Depends how long after the game the draw is. I'll probably stop. I probably won't do the draw. Yeah, I probably won't do the draw. Because I don't know how long after the game it is. I'll see. Out of the two, Doué or Barcola, I think Barcola leaves PSG. Well, apparently, listen, PSG they prefer the French their young French players to stick around. I genuinely think there's a real possibility Kvaratskhelia might move on. They've got Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, and Barcola in those wide areas, and I think there might be a possibility that Kvara might move on. Plus, we have Quenda coming in from Sporting in the summer. Yeah, this is it. You've got loads of players, Chelsea, still to come in. Plus, Omega as well. Emmanuel Omega from Strasbourg, who's doing well. Ahmed, we have Hato and Cuckoo. Chelsea can't buy a player on good form to be a second or third choice. He's maybe an Enzo replacement. Tight on the toffees is key. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will score one. Well, it's a free kick to Leeds. This is where he might hurt him. Strike over the bar. Decent effort, that. Unlucky from Strike. Right, I'm off now, Mr. Premier League Dad. Have a good one. Take it easy, mate. Have a good one. Good chatting to you, as always. 20 minutes left. Still 1-0 this one, but still very delicately poised. I still think we might have extra time and pens here, you know. If you're planning on watching along with me tonight for Inter Milan and Roma, do us a favour before you leave. Hit like on this live and also subscribe. Claim for the penalty. Big claim for the penalty. Leeds are screaming at the ref. I don't think they're going to get one this time. Oh, they're going to check it. They're going to check it. Aronson is screaming at the referee for a pen here. As he gets into the area. Oh, Kilman gets none of the ball. I tell you what, he got very, very lucky to not give a penalty away in the first half. But goodness me, he has given a penalty away in the second. For absolute sure, he has given a penalty away. This is a penalty for sure. He gets none of the ball, all of the man. It's the clearest penalty you're ever likely to see. Leeds are going to be 2-0 up here. It's a definite pen. A nailed-on pen. Wow. Medusa Cascade, they might get this. Definitely. You can have Jackson as your Salah replacement if you want, Key. You're all right, mate. You can keep him. The referee's going to go and have a little look at it, but VAR has given this one. I think it is going to be a pen to Leeds. Should be a pen. Honestly, Max Kilman was 40 million quid from Wolves. West Ham have made some bad signings over the years, and he's right up there, to be honest. A terrible, terrible decision. He flew into a tackle in the first half and should have given a pen away. And he's done it again, and this should be the second penalty that Leeds should have had. He gets none of the ball. It's the clearest one ever. Buzzer says, don't know if you have comms on, but apparently Nonto was sent to the changes to change boots by Farke before being brought on. Really? What for? Legend FK, how are things? I've come from a stream where Arsenal fans are roasting Arteta. All good with me, mate. Really good. Here we go. Craig Pawson. He's going to speak to the crowd. After further review, West Ham defender commits a foul. Final decision, penalty to Leeds. Yellow card and a penalty. Yeah, it is definitely yellow card and a pen. DLC, step up, guaranteed. Here we go, Max Kilman. West Ham are friggin' cheeks. I love that expression. Right. Ampadu about to give the ball to Calvert-Lewin. James Justin standing over the spot. Penalty and a yellow card. Penalty and a yellow card for Max Kilman. Leeds could kill this tie off here. Leeds could be about to empty the London Stadium. If Calvert-Lewin sticks this away, I think the game might well be... well, do you know what? No, it's still early doors. West Ham have hit the post. They've had chances. West Ham. But it's going to have to be some turnaround late on to take this to extra time. Calvert-Lewin right-footed. If you think he's going to score, hit the like button. If you think he's going to miss, hit the subscribe button. Dominic Calvert-Lewin right-footed. 2-0. It's 2-0 Leeds. They're through. I think that's it. I think that's it. Calvert-Lewin off the bench. West Ham 0, Leeds 2. Now then, what have you got now, West Ham? What have you got now? And do those stands start to empty? The Leeds, there's absolute limbs in that away end for Leeds. Semi-final, Danny Farke taking Leeds to the semis. Hey, and do you know what? There might be an element of wigging about this. I think Leeds could be getting relegated in the Prem and maybe winning the FA Cup. Who knows? Buzzer says, no, don't know what if he didn't like his boots or what, but Com said he sent Nonto back to change his boots, then brought him on after he changed into the black ones he's wearing. Odd. Good penalty from Calvert-Lewin, sends Areola the wrong way. Gary Brown says we are done. Well, the West Ham fans have started leaving. They've started leaving. There's a few who are voting with their feet here. 15 minutes left in a cup tie, though. I wouldn't be so bold about it. Listen, we've seen cup ties change very quickly. They only need one goal and the game's back on again. West Ham have had chances today. Millwall flying. Never thought they'd one day be in the Prem. Well, we'll be live for Millwall tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Millwall against Norwich. We'll be doing another watch-along on that one. Ben Hughes says Leeds, Southampton at Wembley would be interesting. Leeds will want revenge from the playoff defeat too. Oh, yeah. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles is right up there with North London Forever. Oh, no, it's not. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles at least has got some historical meaning to it. North London Forever is just something they cooked up because they wanted to copy You'll Never Walk Alone. 57%, we might be cooked on the West Ham win. Yeah, 57% in the poll voted and said West Ham would win. 12% thought it'd go to extra time. 31% said Leeds win in the poll. So, I mean, I said West Ham would win. I thought West Ham would go through here. Still time, but they've got to up the ante. Told you I fancied Leeds. You did, mate. You absolutely did. You called it. There's quite a few who did. I got it wrong today. I thought West Ham would turn up, and to be honest, I mean, Leeds' lineup hasn't been fantastic, but West Ham should have. Look at that away end. Look at that Leeds away end. That's what it's about. That's brilliant. Fair play, Leeds. Absolutely fair fucks to him. We play good against Leeds, but we can't win. Give me Southampton, please. Is there a fire drill? Look at Newcastle v Leeds, 4-3 in no time. That's it. Yeah, listen, it can all change. One goal. Goals change games, and West Ham absolutely can still get back into this. But they're going to need to do something quick. They've not got long. They're going to need a goal in the next 5-10 minutes. I think if they can get to maybe 87 minutes at 1-2-1, assuming that's the case, Leeds it in again. It could be 3. Could be 3. Could be 3. Should be 3. Oh, no, how's he missed it? Nonto. Oh, Willie Nonto, what are you doing, lad? Oh, he's absolutely missed it. He's missed a sitter there. Right in front of goal. The keeper's down. Danny Farke's cursing the stands. Cursing the skies, sorry. He's cursing the skies. I just think Leeds, if they need a result, fight harder to get it. Yeah, maybe. Both of these teams are still sort of preoccupied, aren't they, with Premier League survival, so it was always going to be one eye on that, one eye on the cup today. West Ham without a few players as well. West Ham have got a few big players missing. Max Kilman's had an absolute disaster class today. My Hearts, what I know, yeah. Spotted Hearts got beat, mate. Well, they drew. They dropped points, sorry. Leeds will be taking 1 million fans to Wembley. HGTXVK, I think you're the only person I see who's still slotting. Well, that wouldn't be a surprise, mate. If I'm the only person you see, generally that's how social media algorithms work. They'll serve you up the people who talk about the things that you talk about. So it's a surprise you're still seeing me pop up, to be honest. That's what social media companies do. They give you an echo chamber. They don't want people who'll challenge your views. Key, that Hearts Motherwell game will be massive and Leeds will stay up, says Ian. Still torn on Leeds. Still torn on him. I think Leeds are... It might be a little bit of a Wigan season for Leeds. I still think they might go down. I've had a funny feeling about Leeds all season that they're going to get dragged into it, and I think West Ham have been much better in the league recently. Bowen, he's been clattered there, ref. That should be a free kick, West Ham. It's not, and now Nonto's away up the other end. Nonto should have scored just a minute ago. He's got a big chance here. Strike. Big block. Key, what's your expectation on Liverpool and PSG? Draw. I think we get a draw away at PSG. First leg. CG, apparently Leeds takes the most fans wherever they go. My buddy in Detroit loves Leeds. I mean, there's no doubting that Leeds are a sizable club and they take a sizable away following wherever they go. Oh, terrible play that in midfield. Leeds strike. Oh, big save from Areola from Bornau. A shocking piece of play from West Ham, though. They're giving the ball away so cheaply. Starting to feel like they're crumbling a little bit, West Ham here. $10 minutes left. Do you know what? Bugger it. We'll stay on for the draw. We'll stay on for the draw. Legend FK, can't see us beating PSG. I think we'll play well, but get beat. I mean, that's fair enough to think that, I guess. PSG, we watched the other night against Toulouse. They were god-awful. PSG were really bad against Toulouse. Like, really, really bad. Couple of really, really good finishes, though. And that's the difference with PSG and with Liverpool, is they've got players at the top end that only really need one chance and they'll take it. But they've got defenders. Absolutely, they've got defenders that will give us chances. I'm telling you, if Liverpool play like they did in that first 40 minutes against City, we will get chances against PSG. Whether we take them or not is another question altogether. If we take them, I don't know. If we take them, then we've got a real chance of going through. We've got to take at least one. Leeds in the area. Calvert-Lewin wins a corner. It's exactly what Leeds want here now. Slowing the clock down. 82 minutes gone. CJ, I feel like Leeds is one of those hipster teams like Ajax, Dortmund or Napoli. Hipster teams. Napoli a hipster team. Medusa Cascade, if you can put together another gala performance together. Well, I mean, yeah, Galatasaray at home was good. But I mean, listen, I'm in a minority in thinking that some of our performances in games that we've lost have actually been quite good. There's been a lot, and to be fair, Slot said it. There was a lot to like about that first half performance against City. Problem is, we gave away a stupid penalty and the game hinges on that. Becomes very difficult at that point against Man City, even if you're the best in the best. Like, once you're one down against City, our very best ever Liverpool sides have got battered in that circumstance. I remember our best ever Liverpool sides getting beat 3-0 and 4-0, and we got smashed against City numerous times. And they were unbelievable Jurgen Klopp teams. Can we bring Harvey Elliott back for Wednesday? I think we could do with him, couldn't we? Did Mallorca beat Madrid? Yes, they did. Vedat Mariki with a late winner. Trent got caught out massively as well. Do you think Isak will be on the bench on Wednesday? No, I don't think so. I'd love it if he was able to, but no, I don't think so. He's not like in full training yet, is he? Where he can... I think we'd be taking a chance with him. I wouldn't want to. I'd much rather him be back and be bang on it next year. Gav says the YouTube stream for the draw starts at 18:40 key. Oh, well, I might leave it then. I might swerve it. We'll give it a miss. PSG have been shite in the league for the last 2 years. Champions League, different gravy. A little bit like Real Madrid, yeah. But again, you can only base it off what you've seen, and from what I've seen of PSG, I think Liverpool are a little bit like that in the Champions League as well, aren't we? We play really, really well in Europe and maybe a bit naff domestically. Johnny, how's it going? Ian says the problem is when we are moving the ball quickly, we're on top. Players keep slowing it down. And that's, I mean, the manager has literally said repeatedly, he's told the players how many times we need to be braver and move the ball quicker. But if they're not doing it, and I think it's actually, I think it's a skill issue, not a will issue. It's not a tactical issue or a system issue. We've seen this happen too many times now. It would only be a tactical or a system issue if the manager was telling them to play slow. He's not. He's publicly said, I want the players to play faster. I have asked them to play quicker, to be braver, to be bolder, and they're not doing it. So if they're not doing it repeatedly, and we know that the manager's telling them to do it, it can only be a skill issue. And if it's a skill issue, that means we need to move them on. Lloyd says, waited since 87 for this when we lost to Coventry. Leeds, far post, straight out of play. I think West Ham have got an eye on the Premier League. To be honest, Brown, I mean, you look at the lineups today, and the lineups suggested strongly that it was Leeds who had one eye on the Prem. They were resting quite a few players. Calvert-Lewin being left out. Some of the players that they've put out there today are not necessarily starters. And you look at West Ham, they had to start their strongest team, because if you look at their bench, they haven't got any players. They've got loads of players out injured, West Ham. No Mavropanos, no Todibo, no Somerville. I think Mavropanos and Todibo probably both start for West Ham ahead of Kilman, maybe even ahead of Disassi. But Kilman is the bottom of the barrel. He's been so poor today. So poor. Got 5 minutes to go. If you haven't already, do us a favour, hit the like button on the stream. Make sure you followed if you're watching on TikTok. Make sure you've subscribed if you want to see more lives like this. Oh, yeah, listen, I'm only going to ask you once. If you like the lives, if you enjoy the streams, and you've not already liked or subscribed, you want to see more of them, then that's a smart idea. We've got 81 games that we're covering. I'm going to be live for 81 games at the World Cup. 81 games across 39 days. For 6 weeks. For 6 weeks, I am going to be doing nothing but sleeping and streaming as we prepare for the World Cup. It's going to be a mad 6 weeks. Going back to the Champions League, it's good to hear Noah Lang could be fit for the World Cup. Follow Key on Twitter as well. Normally disagrees with me, but we have adult discussions. To be fair, Twitter, I tend to talk into the void because I've not got that many followers compared to what we have on other platforms, but I do enjoy a little banter on Twitter. West Ham are still pushing though. They're going to have to get one soon. If they've got any chance of turning this around, I don't know how many extra minutes we're going to get. Maybe 4 or 5. But they're going to need to get one before the 90th minute, aren't they? And then something special in injury time. Here's Adama Traore. Go on, lad. Well done. Much better. Juve, you've got to find quality here. What a ball that is! Oh, again, real quality with Juve. And Solchek gives it away. Nice to hear it being called Twitter again. Leeds are in down the right-hand side here now. If he can get the ball to Calvert-Lewin, they've got a chance to make it 3. Strike over the bar. 11? No, there's not 11 added minutes, surely. 11 added minutes? Oh my God, well then, yeah, West Ham have definitely got a chance. There's definitely a chance. 11 added minutes. Wow. Emirates player of the match contenders. Bogle, Justin and Strike. I think Justin's been okay. Always be Twitter to me. I'm old. I'm older than Kate. Are you really? I'm 35, but I look Don't look a day over 33. Where did they get 11 added minutes from? I have no idea. 11 added minutes is crazy. 82, yell bastard. Here's Adama Traore. He's got Juve with him. Go on, lad. That's another foul. Yes, free kick here. Free kick. 44 tomorrow. Are you an April baby like me? Oh, many happy returns, mate. Older than Key, but younger than Young. Look at us. We should be the worst boy band ever. Stephen, are you still going to America? Can't afford it, mate. Can't afford it. It's too much. For 6 weeks, for me, my missus and my little girl, it's so much money. It's like 8 grand. It's a lot of money. And we just haven't got it. Just haven't got it. I'd love to do it, but I haven't got it. So unless a sponsor or something like that comes out of the woodwork and says, listen, we'll send you over there, which is infinitely possible. Sometimes people have done that. Great ball in. Oh, over the roof of the net. Oh, Pablo. He should score there. West Ham might have had a chance. Yeah, I'd love to have gone to the World Cup, but listen, it happens. There'll be another one. I'm sure I'll still be around in 4 years' time with a bit of luck. Redmen TV on my birthday discussing yesterday's game. Good lad. Good lad. You would have been in my year, Key. Yeah, 1990. Just on the cusp. Missed out on the 80s. I would have been a fantastic 80s child. Johnny, I was looking for the first England game tickets. Two tickets, $8.50. Rehan, Key, streaming Madrid, Bayern or Arsenal Sporting? Sporting Arsenal we're doing on Tuesday, mate. Yep. I went into a stream to have a go at Arsenal, but left. Their own fans did it for me. They're so entitled, aren't they? It's not just an Arsenal thing. I do think modern football fans are getting really unbearable. Like, if you don't win, and you don't win playing fantastic football, it's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Would never have lasted. Like, there was some of our best ever managers needed a couple of years of, like, kind of finding their way. Oh, Bowen must be. It's 2-1. Is it going to stand? It is going to stand. It's a goal. Mateus Fernandes. It's West Ham 1, Leeds 2. Jared Bowen has created something out of nothing there. He's just swung his left foot. And this is why I'd sign both of them. Fernandes and Jared Bowen do not belong in a relegation scrap. He's incredible, Jared Bowen. Look at that. Drops the shoulder. Cuts inside, it falls back out to Fernandes. He's onside, and it's 2-1, and there's 8 minutes to go. Bang! This is still on. This is still on. There's still a chance for extra time here, folks. It's all kicking off at the London Stadium. Those West Ham fans left early. They should have stuck around. Look at that. Large patches of the stadium. Still empty. They'll all be trying to get back in. The true hammers will have stuck around. West Ham 1, Leeds 2. Here we go. Come on. There's a game on here. This is a cup tie. Let's go. My prediction was 2-1 Leeds. This match has suddenly gotten tasty, says Clayton. Jared will 100% leave West Ham. Tom, just leaving the London Stadium. Went to watch the FA Cup. Another disappointing for West Ham. You're just leaving the London Stadium? You should get back in there, mate. It's 2-1. When's the draw? Draw's straight after. Ian, I've seen a Liverpool back four of Dix, Ruddock, Babb and Jones. Yeah, Rob Jones was great. But Julian Dix, Ruddock, Phil Babb, Mark Wright as well around that time, wasn't he? Yeah, I kind of grew up on that defence as well. That was my first experience, and then even your Steve Harknesses, beyond talk of Army. West Ham back in this, key. I think so too. Well, yeah, Mark Wright was good, just made a crisp. He also looked about 50, didn't he, Mark Wright? Even when he was like 24, he looked like he was in his 50s. Looks like my Uncle Peter, Mark Wright. CG says Easter ruined. Wife's friends just dropped off his 2 rugrats. Oh, mate. You've had a shocker. Wife's friend just dropped off his 2 rugrats. Bloody hell. That's a fantastic friend your wife is. I'll look after your kids over Easter weekend. Oh, unlucky. Straight through to the keeper. Rubes, where's the next World Cup? The next World Cup is Spain and Morocco. Spain and Morocco, yes. Southern Spain, Northern Africa. Spain, Morocco. I think, is it Spain, Morocco, Tunisia? I think it's just Spain and Morocco. I can't remember. But it's those 2 who've done it. Joint bid for 2030. And then, 2034 is Saudi Arabia. Turned off for 2 seconds and missed a goal. Are you staying on the draw now? It'll only be 10 minutes after the game finishes. I don't think... Is it? Oh, yeah, it will be, won't it? After the game finishes, it will be. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we stay on for the draw. Here's Adama Traore. Bar post must be. Oh, they've done it. It's 2-2. It's Disassi. Disassi. West Ham are back in it. I told you this was a cup tie. And boy, was we right. It's West Ham 2, Leeds 2. Oh, them Leeds fans. The limbs, the away limbs. Dirty, dirty Leeds have collapsed in the last 5 minutes. Oh, my goodness me. And there's still time for them to win it. There's still 5 to go. Come on. This is what it's about. What a comeback. What a comeback. Danny Dyer's in the stands. And Disassi. It's been a disaster for Leeds. Look at that young lad there on his dad's shoulders. That's fantastic. That's what it's about. We love that. Adama Traore doing bits again. Cuts inside. Great ball in. That's a fabulous goal. That's a really good goal. A brilliant goal. Adama Traore has been a difference maker yet again for West Ham. There's a claim for a high foot, but you're not getting a high foot for that Pascal strike. No chance. Do you know what the crazy thing is, right? Disassi goes in for that, and Strike basically does get his foot in his head, right? If Strike goes down and holds his head, I reckon that goal gets chalked off. I reckon that goal gets chalked off, and there's a question mark now about a possible high foot. There's a question mark about a possible high foot here. If this gets chalked off, oh my God, there will be a riot. There'll be a riot in the London Stadium if this one gets chalked off. Goal! Goal given! Goal given, as it should. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. No, you don't want to see goals chalked off for that. Never. You don't want to see goals chalked off for that. Absolutely right. It could be extra time and pens now, so the FA Cup draw will have to wait. It'll have to wait. Come on. Oh, do you know what? I hate that Liverpool are out, but I love the FA Cup magic. It's brilliant. It happens every time. It never doesn't deliver, really, the FA Cup. Southampton last night, West Ham and Leeds today. It's brilliant stuff. Don't dare disallow that. Okay, it's Spain, Portugal and Morocco. Of course it is. Yeah, outstanding weather. Well, I'll hopefully be living in Spain at that point, with a bit of luck. Hopefully I'll have moved. This is definitely one for the neutrals. No kidding. West Ham locked in so hard. Finnis says, Key, did you know what? All of West Ham matches have gone to extra time. Said it earlier, but not sure if you saw it. I didn't, mate. No, but you're right. West Ham obviously won against Brentford in the last round on penalties. We did this game, didn't we? We covered it. It's a fabulous, fabulous tournament for West Ham. Look at the nerves. It's so good. So good. Long ball into the box. West Ham could still win it, you know. Pumped forward. Leeds get it away. Souček. Back in. Max Kilman. He's got a job to do to turn it around after giving away one. Should have been 2 penalties. It's a throw-in. It's going to be a long throw into the box. Launched in. Moments of silence for those who left before full time. Yeah. Those West Ham fans who filtered out of the London Stadium in the last, well, 10, 15 minutes to go, they were 2-0 down. I'm sure there was ones who left in the 88th and 89th minutes as well, and they might have just heard the roar behind them, but they're not allowed to go back into the stadium once they've left. Best competition in the world, this. Adama Traore, Bowen, back to Traore. Great ball in. Oh, good defending. Very good defending. Leeds' mentality has been chalked in 5 minutes. This is why I still think Leeds will go down, honestly. I've just had a feeling about Leeds all season. They've not looked right, and even at 2-0 up, couple of switches, switched off, and it's there, 2-2. It can happen so quickly. If Leeds shit the bed here, it could severely mentally damage them. Yeah. Arsenal syndrome, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. The old Arsenal syndrome, Leeds falling apart, things you love to see. And Legend FK, it's sad that I've not seen Liverpool win this cup since 2006. You've not seen us win it since 2006? We have won it since then, mate. We have won it. Is that just the last time you saw it happen? Were you away? Were you away when we won it last? Buzzer says, we slate VAR, but that's great. They didn't shit the bed and rule that goal out. Great decision. The ball's there for the attacker. No need to claim for a foul. No, listen, it's there to be won, isn't it? Oh, it's a free kick to Leeds here. And Pawson's going to give him a chance. 101 minutes on the clock. Leeds have a free kick and a chance to put the ball in the box. Why are the stands so empty? Why are the stands so empty? I can't understand it. I can't understand how the stands are so empty at West Ham. Oh, the modern football fans infuriate me. West Ham 2, Leeds 2, 112 minutes on the clock now, and Leeds have a free kick. If this goes in, oh, that away end will be incredible. It might be up there with one of the best games we've seen. On this channel, I mean, for some time. Free kick for Leeds. If this is cleared away, it's finished and it's extra time. Are they going to do something though? Header! Oh, on target, but it's fine. Areola gets it away. And I think the ref's going to blow up, surely. Surely he blows up here. It's going to be a free kick. CG, if they shit the bed, it was 2-0 in the 90th minute. The bed is well and truly shut. Yeah. I don't think we can dispute whether or not the bed has been shat. It's definitely been shat, all right. Let the fans back in to cheer them on for extra time. Frankfurt's knackered you. Won against Chelsea 4 seasons ago. Yeah, I was in space. I was going to say, was you in a coma or something? Have you got a legitimate reason you missed it? Yeah, we beat Chelsea. I was on holiday at the time. I think I was in Turkey. Might have been in Turkey watching that one. In a bar in Turkey, I think. Plastic, that. It is. It's sad, innit? It's frustrating. Frustrating for the fans who left. But there is just massive. You can see sections of the white seats at the London Stadium. And honestly, it looks half empty. But they've got extra time to play. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Well, there you go. We're on to extra time. We need to reset the clock. I've not prepared an extra time quiz. I'm sorry. At least the true fans are left in the stadium. Absolutely right. Never understood leaving a match that you spent money on early. I mean, people can do whatever they want. Maybe that's a broader discussion we need to have while we're waiting for the first half of extra time to kick off. What are your thoughts on fans leaving early? Because this is something, as a Liverpool fan, this is something that's been discussed in the Liverpool fan base recently, with a lot of Liverpool fans leaving around the 50th, 60th minute, whatever it was, during the City game. So what do you think? What's your opinion on leaving early? Is it a view of you've paid your money, so therefore if you want to leave, you can leave? It's up to you. Or do you think as a fan, maybe you have a responsibility that you're there to support the team? And if you go, then your job is to lift the team, to support, to be a supporter. Or is it just a cinema ticket? Is it a ticket like you're going watching Spider-Man or whatever else is on the pictures at the minute? I don't know. If it's just a ticket to any old event and you go, you pay your money and you can leave when you want, then fine. Or are you a football fan, a supporter, and you have an obligation to support that team as best you can to help the players on the pitch? It's totally your right to think whichever way you think. But I feel like that's the two arguments being presented. Don't do a quiz, start a debate. I'd say that fans leaving early aren't proper fans. Legend FK says, my opinion, fans can get upset and they can't lift a team that looks deflated. Do you know what, though? How many times have we seen, like, teams who are absolutely on the floor? I mean, Istanbul is the biggest example of that as a Liverpool fan. That team was 3-0 down. They were playing absolutely awful, but AC Milan were also all over us. And at half-time, the fans stayed in the ground, mainly because it was in a massive field, and it wasn't like you could walk out and just get a bus. It was a nightmare to get to that stadium. And if you were in that stadium, you were staying there. Come hell or high water, first time Liverpool were in a European Cup in 21 years, you were staying there, right? In a European Cup final. So you were staying there. And they stayed and they belted out You'll Never Walk Alone. And the players heard it in the dressing room at half-time. And it lifted them. And what percentage that contributed to Liverpool and their turnaround in the second half, I don't know. Nobody can say. But I think it played a part. The players have said it played a part. And I think you can lift a bunch of players who are really struggling. If you're there, if you're physical and you're screaming and you're shouting and you're behind them, you're going to lift them. If you're booing them and you leave, you're far more... I mean, to be honest, if I was a player and I saw a load of empty seats, it's not like I'm going to graft any harder. You'd probably be a bit like, well, they've given up. We might as well give up. Whereas if you've got a load of fans who are going, come on, go for it, maybe they can do something. I don't know. I understand both arguments. Sometimes fans can really change a game. And that Liverpool team had a lot of fight in them. The Anfield Vortex, you stay to the end, in my opinion. It matters, and Istanbul is the benchmark. Trucker Matt, can't believe how West Ham have turned that game around. Do you, as a Leeds fan, Matt, just because I'm interested in your perspective as a Leeds fan, why, or let's say, what do you think is the catalyst for that? Are you putting any blame on Danny Farke? Are you putting it on the manager? Is that on Leeds? Is it just, a mad FA Cup thing that happens? It does happen, doesn't it, sometimes? Sometimes that's just the wonder and the magic of the FA Cup. Are you a little bit gutted? Well, gutted is obviously. But are you a bit annoyed that your team is 2-0 up in the 90th minute and it's 2-2? You threw it away. Where do you apportion that blame? You lift your team if they're struggling, says Shell. Hey, and Everton fans have done that recently in relegation battles, haven't they? United Football says, if your team comes back once, you've never left the stadium, you're never going to mentally recover from that. True. Reece, never leave home early unless I'm out at night after, sometimes away at 4-0 down to avoid navigating inner city traffic. But leaving at 2-0 is just a bit babyish, sulky. Fair enough. Stephen G, hi, just seeing you're watching for the first time, been enjoying it, keep up the good work. As a Man United fan, I'd stay and support the players, win or lose. You stay to support them. Steve, really appreciate that, mate, thank you very much, really appreciate you coming in, great to see you in the chat. Anyone else that's new in the chat, get amongst it, let me know who you support, who you are a fan of. We're live every day, this is what we do, we watch football together every single day. I'm doing 81 games across 39 days in the World Cup. We're live tonight for Inter Milan against Roma. We're live tomorrow for Millwall, Norwich and AC Milan against Napoli. 2 massive games in Serie A. But here we go. We're off and underway for extra time. Who's winning this one? Maybe we need to do another poll. Let's get another poll going. United Football says, I'm all the way in Malaysia, so leaving the stadium early. Oh my God, they've done it! Tatty! Oh my God, 30 seconds in, West Ham have 3-2 up! Oh my God, and he's run over to the Leeds away fans! Oh my God, he's going to get booked for that. He's going to get booked for that. Oh, he's ran literally straight past all the Leeds fans and they're all giving it him. Oh my God, West Ham have gone from being 2-0 down on the 90th minute and Leeds are 3-2. Oh my God, I can't believe this game. What a cup tie. It's a long ball forward. Oh, I think he might be offside. I think he is. He's going to be offside. He's going to be offside. The keeper's had an absolute howler. The keeper's had an absolute howler. It's going to be offside. It's going to be offside. Nah, Leeds it's not going to count, that one. It's not going to count. It isn't going to count. That one's going to get chalked off, I promise you. He's offside. Tati Castellanos is offside. This one's going to go VAR, offside. No goal. No goal. Yeah, VAR, it's offside. Leeds get very, very lucky there. Very, very lucky. But Tati Castellanos, he ran literally right in front of the Leeds away fans. Oh, and they were giving it to him, but that is definitely offside. Defo offside. But yeah, could that get into Leeds' heads now, by the way? Oh, unlucky. So unlucky. It was just his right shoulder, wasn't it? It wasn't even much. It was only his right shoulder there that was just offside, but he was just leaning. You could see it as the ball got played. But it's a difficult one, that, for the linesman, because he comes back onside, doesn't he? He's offside as the ball's kicked, but within a second, he's back level. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Here's Leeds. Guys, Leeds are going for it now. Leeds have got 4 on 3 if they get this right. In the area, strike. Oh, cleared away. Should be. Oh, no. Out. Oh, my God. Over the bar. It was cleared off the line twice there from West Ham. Oh, my God. This game has been unbelievable. Willie Nonto makes a hash of it, to be honest. But as the ball comes across, it's cleared off the line once, and then Areola with a big save, and I think Souček with a block on the line, and then Nonto skies it. Oh, my God. My goodness me. Breathless. Breathless second half. This game's been a madness. It's crazy, isn't it? This has been a proper game. And do you know what? I love so much. I love so much that these are the types of games we watch. Like, loads. And loads of other channels don't cover them. I love the fact that all the other channels are so preoccupied with the big six. And we watch this type of stuff every day nearly. Well, say that's a lie. That is a lie. A lot of the games are a bit dull and drab. But you find some absolute crackers like this in, the Championship, League One, League Two, the National League. And teams just the others don't turn up. They don't turn up for it. These sorts of games are the best, absolutely. End to end, both teams having a go for it. Proper cup competition, love it. Key, you haven't changed the scoreboard. I have, it's 2-2. Still says 3-2. 2-2, doesn't it? Yeah, 2-2. This game is mental and so entertaining. The lower half team games are always entertaining to watch. Dama Traore plays it over. Here's Kyle Walker-Peters in the area. Strike! Oh, good save. Unbelievable game. It is, mate. It's been massive. Massive game for both teams and just chaos. Not really more you can say about it. You're the only one I'm aware of who covers Serie A. Serie A, Liga 1, La Liga. We're doing La Liga on Friday. Championship tomorrow. We did League 2 last week, League 2 on Thursday. You don't get any more variety than you do on Premier League, Dad. Here we go. Long ball forward. Leeds down the left-hand side. Nonto. I really like Willie Nonto. Fucking honestly, curse of the commentator. Every time I've said a player I really like, he does something stupid. Willie Nonto, I thought was a real player, like a real find who could go and have maybe a top career with a top 6 club. But he's kind of stagnated a little bit. Glad I've decided to stay up and watch this. Currently 1:50 a.m. for me. Malaysia's finest. Love it. Dedication. LJSA, not a fan. Okay. Bradders, at this rate, we're going to be knackered by the Inter and Roma game. And normal guy, find a diamond game in... Find a diamond games in Rouge. Rouge. You even get obscure league games here. Mozambique Conference League. I mean, yeah. Certainly wouldn't find any of them watching the Latvian league. Or the Women's Champions League as well. The bloody misogynists. Hate women. We're here watching the Women's Champions League. Are you still doing the Roma game, Key? I absolutely am, yes. 7:30 kickoff for the Roma game, so we might not really have much of a break in between. But as soon as this one's finished, the Roma game I've got scheduled for a 7:30 kickoff. So, I mean, we've got, 23... We've got maybe 45 minutes. I mean, to be honest, yeah. We might literally... If it goes to penalties, we might literally end this game and start that one. So, it's going to be 2 games back-to-back. I am doing a watch-along for Inter v Roma, yes. As soon as this one finishes, we're doing a watch-along for Inter, Milan and Roma. Buzzy Muntu, football can be seen as a metaphor for life. Whether fans remain in the stadium or leave can reflect their mindset as individuals. I like that. I like that thought process. Stephen G, as you do so many watch-alongs, do you ever sleep? I only do 2 a day, mate. 2, well, I say that. The most I've ever done in a day is 4, which if you think about it is like maybe 9 hours, which is basically what you'd do in a 9-hour shift for work, right? Some people have a 9 to 5. I watch footy for a living. But yeah, no, I've done 4, and that was really, really difficult mentally. You get drained, even though they were all very good games. My limit, my absolute limit is 3. 3 in a row or 3 games in a day, you feel a bit drained because you're constantly talking, obviously, and there's a lot of stuff going on. There's lights. It's a bit of a mad setup, but it's good fun. I enjoy it, but the World Cup is going to be very, very taxing. 3 games a day is going to be very taxing. 2:45 a.m. kickoff for me for Inter and Roma. TQT, imagine leaving early. Enjoy the empty bus listening to the radio. He's a vampire. I will be a vampire in that World Cup. West Ham in the area. Chance. Must be. Oh, big save from Perry. Massive save. Yeah, for that World Cup, I've worked out. I've got to get my my sleep schedule on 7 a.m. Going to sleep at like 7 a.m. and waking up about 3-4 in the afternoon. That's basically my sleep schedule for the World Cup. Sleep at 7, wake up at 3 and 4, and then do the games which are kicking off at like 11 p.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Have you ever rage quit a watch along? Never. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever have, never, ever would. Cheers, Matty. World kickoffs are like 7 a.m. World Cup kickoffs are like 7 a.m. average for me. That's not bad. I'd take that. That's so much better than it is here. The latest World Cup kickoff is at 4 a.m. and it's Iran against Egypt. I mean, Iran might not be there anymore. It might be the United Arab Emirates or something, but it'll be Egypt against someone at 4 a.m. It's the final group stage game, 4 a.m. UK time, and I'm live for it. So that should be good fun. But I'll be awake, I'll be alert, because by that point my sleep schedule will be, I'll be a proper little night owl. It'll be all good. He will rage quit when it's Everton 3, Liverpool 0 at half time. No chance. What even happened, Key? I thought the game was done and dusted. Mate, it's been a great watch. Bowen with a strike off the post. Chance. Oh, they've done it. Is that going to count? He's offside again. Oh, Bowen again. He's an absolute genius, the lad. It's an absolute unbelievable strike from Jared Bowen outside the area, hits the post. He's miles offside. When it comes back to him. But now West Ham, in the opening 15 minutes of extra time, have had 2 goals disallowed. In the World Cup, Key will be sounding like golf commentators at 4 a.m. in the morning, half asleep. I won't, mate, no, because so the World Cup starts on the 11th of June. I am starting my sleep schedule on the 1st of June. So I've got 11 days. I'm just going to gradually stay up later and later and later to the point where I'm sleeping at 7 a.m. and waking up at 3 in the afternoon. That's my World Cup, my circadian rhythm that I've got to get on for the World Cup. It's going to be so grim, but I'm going to enjoy it. Shay, I'm ill at the minute, and it's horrible. Can barely speak. Don't know how you never miss a watch-along being sick or anything. Do you know what? I've done some where I've been ill, and you've seen it, to be honest, but I'm all right at the minute. I'm all good. In winter, when everyone gets poorly, it's hard work. Key's a West Ham fan, clearly. You did say it was still early. Listen, you can't rule it out in the FA Cup. Reece says, can't wait to spend the World Cup with you, mate. A bit worried about your health. Please dip the occasional one. Channel growth will be mad, but come naturally without needing to burn yourself out. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, I've committed to 81 games across 39 days. But I'll be fine. I will be fine. United Football says, just found out the World Cup finals on my birthday. July the 19th, is it? July the 19th? Good stuff. Robert Santiago, good evening. Good to see you, Robert. Shaq says, West Ham showing more fight than Scousers and Gooners. And Bradders, I'm lucky for this World Cup. I'm used to staying up late for the UFC and boxing most weekends. Yeah, if you've got that practice in, then fair play. I used to work night shifts. I mean, like 15 years ago, I used to work night shifts, so I have done it before. But you've got to get your body trained to do it, haven't you? Anfield Vortex, I really enjoy your energy, banter and sense of humour, Key, in your shows and your opinions. Top show. Cheers, man. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you coming in. Felix, who do you hate more, United or Arsenal? You've asked that 4 or 5 times. You must be very keen. I hate United more, but I don't really hate United, really. I don't hate anything or anyone, but I definitely, if you're asking me to like rank the teams that I care about losing the most, it's definitely United top. Then it's Everton. And then somewhere down below, maybe a little bit down here, it's Chelsea. And then after that, I don't really care. Has your wife agreed to this new World Cup schedule? She has, yeah. She absolutely has. I think on the condition that once the World Cup schedule is finished, I get my sleep back to normal, so I'm not asleep when she's not and awake when she's not and whatever. She'll probably want a holiday out of it as well. We've not had a holiday for a while, so maybe we'll go on holiday. ZZ5, my country didn't qualify, so I'll be rooting for Brazil. Who's your country? July the 20th. Oh, it's July the 19th here. It's July the 19th here, so maybe it is the 20th in Malaysia. Is this the most entertaining game of 2026 so far, says Panashizda. It might be, yeah. Adama Traore, Juve. You've got to get that on target, lad. We've praised you all game, Juve, but he's had a shocker there. Shell, how's the pups, Key? Pups, very good. Yeah, still going. We've got to. One of the things I have to do, one of the things I'm saving up for is Frankie needs to have some of his teeth out. So I'm not looking forward to that. He'll have to be put out for it. So that's going to cost 500-600 quid probably. Buzzymon 2, I know numbers aren't a big deal right now, but I foresee the channel growing fast to 35 to 40k subs after the World Cup schedule is done. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not even bothered about the subs. That's as long as people are still turning up and enjoying it. The main thing is that as long as it's good, I enjoy it, you guys enjoy it, then it'll grow naturally and it'll all be good. You're from Poland. Oh, I loved that Poland World Cup song. I know it was AI, but I enjoyed it. Are you Bremen? Which country are you in? I'm UK. Right, half time, in extra time. No, it's not. Oh, he's carried on playing. I thought he'd blown up there for a second. But it's not quite half time in extra time. It's a yellow card, and Leeds have a free kick just outside the box. Excuse me. Shay, had to put my dog down a couple of weeks ago. Vet bill was like 1,300 quid. Worth it though. Would have felt too guilty if I hadn't tried. Oh mate, I'm really sorry to hear that. I've never had to do that yet, and I obviously will have to at some point, and it'll break me. I'm soft as shit with my dogs, and yeah, I can't imagine what you had to go through with that. But they absolutely squeeze the life out of your vets, don't they? It's an absolute racket. We had to pay £8 grand. £8 grand it was. Because my dog's, he's a sausage dog, he's a dachshund, and his spine had, they always have problems with the spine, sausage dogs. Don't get a dachshund. They always have problems with the spine. And he had to have a spine operation or put him down at like 5, 6. Leeds with the ball in, straight out of play. That's really poor. So yeah, so we found the money. We begged, borrowed, and steal. Literally, it wasn't our money in the end. We begged, borrowed, and stole to try and get £8 grand, and we got it because I couldn't have the heart to tell my little girl, you know, he's not going to be around. So it's horrible. It's horrible, and I'm glad that you're able to find a bit of peace with it. Right, second half about to kick off. Why is this game not on the BBC? All the best ones end to end seem to be on TNT. Callum says, please, Key, just don't do an Anfield agenda. What's an Anfield agenda? I don't know what that is. What is that? No pet insurance covering the cost. We had pet insurance. Pet insurance doesn't cover things that breed is predisposed to, which is something I unfortunately learned after many years of paying for pet insurance, which, again, is another racket. But yeah, it covers you for things like cleaning the teeth and other relatively mundane things. But if you've got a dachshund and your dachshund has, what was it called now? It's something, it's like 3 letters. It's like PDCP or something like that. And it's basically where, after they've been jumping around for so long, the little like spongy, they're like donuts, they're like spongy donuts along their spine. One of them had calcified and gone really hard, and it was causing him so much pain. And honestly, it was horrible. It was horrible to put him through it. But it was either pay that or you just don't have him. And yeah, the pet insurance wouldn't cover it. Anfield agenda doesn't think force be. I'll be honest, mate. I don't watch him, so I don't want to comment. I don't watch him. He's live when I'm live, typically, so I don't really get to see him. So I don't know anything about him, but other than what people tell me. Shay says the vets take the piss, basically delaying it, keeping him extra nights in with them. They knew rightly there was no recovering him. All about the money. It's sad, isn't it? It's sad. Vets and dentists take the pee with the fees they charge. Yeah, absolutely. Medusa Cascade, I was paying 400 quid every 3 months for blood pressure tablets for our old cat. It's mad. Fucking hell. That's madness. Yeah. Well, we're just, all the loopholes of pet insurance is a nightmare. I just got a cat recently and 90 quid for the checkup. Honestly, though, you're kind of better off, I found, and people might disagree, you're better off kind of paying as and when you need the help, rather than paying month on month on month, and then you find out, oh, actually, we don't cover that. And it's just so annoying. United Football says, mate, I pulled my groin once in training, continued playing, made a mistake and got yelled at in front of everyone, being barely able to run. Crikey. Shay says, gotta crack on, world, don't wait for anyone, unfortunately. It's very true. It's very true, but you should take some time and sort of... I don't think there's anything you can really say in that circumstance. I don't know what would bring me any comfort, other than the fact that they were at peace at the end. And it's one of them, innit? Like, they are just a part of our lives with dogs and cats and stuff. They're just a little part of our lives. We are literally their whole life. And that's why it's mega important. I've always found that when that time comes, you've got to go and... It's horrible, but you've got to go and be in the room with them because they're looking around for you. Right. Half-time and extra time. West Ham are bringing on Ollie Scarles and Kante as well, is it? Is it Scarles and Kante? Felix, Poole don't get Champions League, but Arsenal bottle the league. Why do you care so much, Felix? Why would you care? It would obviously be that Liverpool do get the Champions League. I don't care what happens after that. Right, we're off. We're off and underway for the second half of extra time, and we have to get a winner now, or it's going to penalties. Right, there you go. Time has reset. We're off for the second half. CG, the memories, mate. Doesn't take too long to fall in love with a fur baby. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. They just look at you, it's sort of, to be honest, if you're of a certain mindset, dogs will capture your heart in ways that you never thought possible. I'm not a cat person, but dogs are brilliant. Dogs are fantastic. Tierney, did you watch the Celtic game? No, mate. No, I'm watching West Ham and Leeds. Leeds with a strike, miles over the bar. We just got a Samoyed puppy who's now 15 weeks. I'm already dreading her final days. I've never had a Samoyed. I've never even seen them. I know they're very fluffy, aren't they? Gavs, the thing with the vets now, you will pay that because who wants to let their pets die or be in pain? Exactly, and that's it. They know they've got you over the barrel. That's why they're trying to regulate it a bit more now. Tati Castellanos and Juve has gone off for Kante and Scarles. Some young, youthful exuberance for West Ham to come on for two of their best players today. Juve and Tati, probably the two best players I've seen for West Ham today. Reece says, or you can put monthly money away into an account. Yeah, that's probably the better thing to do. Anyone who left gets a 3-match ban. I have 3 Yorkies and I can't imagine losing any of them. Honestly, it's the only thing, or one of the only things in life that is certain, and it's going to come to all of us at some point. We all have to get on that train. Bit of a grim subject, this, isn't it, for West Ham and Leeds for such a fantastic FA Cup tie. But yeah, no, it's true, and it's very sad. I've always wanted a dog, but I don't think I'll be able to handle the day that they... You would, mate, you would. I promise you. You would. What's the expression? Grief is the price we pay for a lifetime of love. And they give you so much fun and entertainment and joy and laughter and love, and they love you so much. And it's... Even if the end is horrible, it is, the 15, 10 years, whatever it is you get out of it, it's so worth it for them and for you. So worth it. That's it. Absolutely right. Got to enjoy every day. And to be honest, that's the case without pets as well. You've got to enjoy every day. You don't know, tomorrow isn't promised. This is why I'd say stay in the ground if you're a West Ham fan. Tomorrow isn't promised. You might never see your team in an FA Cup quarter-final, semi-final again, whatever. Like, tomorrow's not promised. Enjoy life. Do whatever makes you happy. It's too short. Painfully short. So do what makes you happy. Love the people you love. and enjoy football if you love it like I do. West Ham get the ball back. Leeds. Oh, refs give a foul. Shay, feel like I've dampened the mood. Sorry, mate. Absolutely despicable, Shay. How dare you? No, listen, mate, I appreciate you coming in and sharing whenever you get the opportunity to. It's always good to see you, mate. Producer Cascade, cats can be absolute assholes, but you end up loving them anyway. I'm too needy for cats, I think. I need too much affection. Cats would see me a mile off and be like, oh no, can't be bothered with that. I need a cuddle off my dog every night. I can't be doing with cats. Cats would just tell me to leg it. They're too manipulative, cats, aren't they? Feels like they're always just after give us a treat or give us this or that. Like give us, but they actually not that bothered. Lewis, do you go Liverpool games? Not anymore, mate. No, I don't go Liverpool games anymore. Stopped going 2 years ago. Unless my little girl tells me she wants to go, I have no plans to go back. I will not be going footy games again. But 2 years ago, I stopped going. I've been very lucky, though. I've been all over the world watching Liverpool. Very, very lucky. I've seen some fantastic games. But what? Yeah, no desire to go back. I've not seen a game under Arne Slot at Liverpool. And if he goes, I won't see the next manager either. Ball whipped in. I lost my goldfish to a break-in. Not had a chippy since. I think that's a joke, innit? Great play. Here's Kante. Wonderful run from Kante. Go on, lad. Hit it. Oh, my God. Oh, that would have been one of the all-time great FA Cup goals. One of the all-time great FA Cup goals, that if that goes in. Oh, my God. Absolutely sensational. Young man danced through a couple of Leeds challenges and just swings a leg at it. So unlucky. Well done. Well done, young man. Jordan Murray, you support Slot, not Liverpool. It's embarrassing. Well, I'm glad you came in to tell me, mate. I'm glad you came in to tell me. I feel so much worse. You've really ruined me night now. I don't know how I'm going to sleep at night knowing you've said that. Shell, I've just paid 71 quid for the upcoming derby game at Bramley-Moore Dock. I'd like to say good luck and enjoy it, but no. I do want you to enjoy it, but I want you to be very disappointed with the result at the end. What an embarrassment you are. Oh, no. Don't say that. Please don't say hurty words. You'll really upset me. Claydon, PSV have won their 27th league title in history today. Well done to PSV. Been to the Philips Stadium. Very nice stadium. Felix, how do you find the time to watch all these games? What games? 2 games a day is like 4 or 5 hours. Easy. No response confirms it. Hold that, fake fan. Hold what? Speak English. Communicate. It's a very underrated skill, Jordan. You don't have to speak like an absolute moron. You're much smarter than that. You're much, much smarter than that. You basically have a 4-hour shift. It's lovely. Exactly. Yeah, this is it. And I've done the 9-hour shifts, 8-hour, 9-hour shifts. It's all good. LJSA says, Key, my mate's an Arsenal fan and he called you a wanker. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. How am I going to get over it? Hey, I've been called much worse, mate, and that's just off the wife. Hold that, buddy boy. I know. Hold that. Lucky F and Ducky. Funny our cat was non-affectionate. We got 2 dogs who demanded affection and now the cat's always looking for affection. I love that. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to be rude. No, it wasn't. I didn't take it rude at all. I apologise if I came back brash. I didn't mean it to sound brash at all, so I apologise. Love it, Key. Love your retorts. Think he wants you to hold his hand. Seems like nobody's held his hand in a while. Someone might be holding his hand. CG, I hear hold that all the time. What does it mean? Is it a catchphrase? Adults who say that are embarrassing. Hold that. It's just nonsense, isn't it? It's nonsense. I've never known anyone to say hold that who doesn't simultaneously have the personality of a puddle. I've never known anyone to use that expression. I could be wrong, of course. They could be very intellectual and articulate and wonderful, intelligent human beings, but they certainly don't give that impression. LJSA, trust me, Key, I'm backing you up, and he's absolutely rattled. Thanks, mate. Don't lose friends on my account. If you like him and you enjoy his company, just say, yeah, he's a bit of a wanker, that Key, isn't he? He's a bit of a knobhead. I don't like him. LJ says, hold, that sounds like haramball, like in modern day football terms. See, I know what haramball means, but again, it's a bit... Just say you don't enjoy the football. Haramball. Hold that, that's what she said. Oh, matron, really? Ball whipped in, far post. Oh! 5 minutes to go, Aronson, very nearly. Felix, best atmosphere you've ever experienced? Ooh, best atmosphere I've ever experienced. Probably Chelsea. Liverpool-Chelsea, 2005. It's lowbrow. Lowbrow, that's the thing I was going for. Lowbrow, I like that expression. It's very lowbrow. No one says hold that in reality. Surely that's a TikTok thing. I think it is. It's a TikTok thing, and exclusively for under 25s, I think. 21s, really. Kids. Hi, Key. What a game this is. It's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Did Leeds win? No, it's 2-2. It's West Ham 2, Leeds 2. Leeds were 2-0 up on the 90th minute, and West Ham turned it around. They've scored 2 in extra time. They must have been watching Troops if they're saying hold that. I mean, listen, I can't really speak about Troops. Troops is from an entirely different culture, and I don't know that. I have no idea if hold that isn't in a different culture. It might be perfectly normal and reasonable to say that, but it ain't to me. It ain't to me. I don't know anyone who said that who isn't in any way a bit dull. A bit dull. Want a quick quiz if this goes to penalties, Key? It depends if we've got time. There's only 5 minutes left, and then it's pens. I'm a kid and never heard the phrase hold that. Never trust a gobite. United Football says, I saw a vid of an Arsenal fan saying Saka over Hazard. Yeah, I wouldn't quite say that. Yeah, I think Saka's a very good player, though. People who say that, hold that, are probably holding it themselves. Legend FK says, Troops thought Arsenal were good enough for the quadruple. I mean, he wasn't alone in thinking that. I'll level with you. I kind of thought that Arsenal were good enough for the quadruple. I really did. Lewis, Troops is a proper Arsenal fan and does good content. Yeah, I was going to say I quite like Troops. From what I've seen, I quite like him. Ben says it's just like the gym skin nonsense. Again, I've heard about him, but I've not seen him. To be honest, most people, they mention these names, and I've only heard of a few of them in passing. Reese says it sort of means what you're going to do, doesn't it? I think it means hold that L, doesn't it? It's that they don't really say the L bit, and the L means loss, right? Like, hold that L. Do you know what it is? I think it's the modern version of when we all used to. Do you remember when you were a kid? When you were a kid, people used to go like that. People used to do that when I was like 18, 17, maybe even younger to be fair. I think it was more like, it was back end, wasn't it? It was maybe like, it was 90s actually. No, it was 90s. That came out when like Clarissa and Sabrina the Teenage Witch and all them were on. It was that. It was before Mean Girls. So it would have been the 90s. I'd have been about 10. Yeah, I think it's the modern version of that. LJ, I love Mark Goldbridge with my whole heart. His rants are iconic. Listen, Goldbridge is a legend. Absolute legend. Yeah. I can understand why United fans are a bit... They're a bit disgruntled with him. Same way as I can understand Arsenal fans get a bit disgruntled with AFTV, but certainly legends in the space, and I quite enjoy Goldbridge's more recent stuff. Do you watch Lee Gunnerkey? No, but again, I know who he is. I've seen him, but usually he's live when I'm live. So, like, last night he was live, obviously for Arsenal, but he goes live, like, he might be live for this. I don't know if he's live for this. Like, usually he's live when I'm live. So I don't really get the chance to watch a lot of him. Areola is about to be taken off, and West Ham are going to need to use their backup goalie. It's Herrick. It's young Finlay Herrick, 20 years of age. What a story this is, by the way. Finlay Herrick is going to have to come on and maybe win a penalty shootout for West Ham. Fair play to him. Fair play. The media pushed the quad talk to really profit from the meltdown. Goldbridge is a Forest fan, though, ain't he? I don't know, you know. I don't know. I've heard the allegation, but I don't know if he is. I don't think he is. I think he is a United fan. I'd like to believe that he is a United fan, but I don't know. I think he's a United fan. But to be fair, he's also said, hasn't he? He has admitted that he's kind of rage baited and deliberately rage baited over the years, and he's called it playing the game. You have to play the game to do that. So he doesn't have to do that anymore because his channel's like massive, and fair play to him. He's worked really hard. Would you want Van der Ven at Liverpool? No, not at all. There's only a few seconds remaining here before a penalty shootout to decide it. Ahmed says, I watch Goldbridge for a while, but sometimes he doesn't make sense at all. It's like he rage baits for views. I mean, do you know what? You can usually tell. I think you can usually tell when you're watching someone. You can usually tell whether they actually hold that opinion. And to be fair, the smart thing to do is, I think if you're watching someone you think they're rage baiting, challenge them on that opinion. You don't have to actually agree with it, but see if they can rationalise it. The vast majority of the time, when you see proper, like, there's very, very popular rage baiters, and I'm not talking Goldbridge here, by the way, but there's a couple of very popular rage baiters who I know who fit this tee to an absolute, like, bang on with it. They're very, very good at rage baiting. They get massive views. But as soon as they are pressed on why they hold that particular view, they can't really logically justify it. They just say, well, I just think that way. I feel that way. And you don't, and that's fine. And they back away from it. And they don't really justify it. Whereas if you actually ask them to rationalise it in some way, and they do, then fair enough. They probably do hold that opinion. Even if you disagree, totally fine. But you'll find them very difficult. They're just kind of saying what they need to say to get the views, and I get it. Because some people, these are the people who go live 3 times a day, 4 times a day to promote transfer business and stuff. Like, you'll see them, you know, West Ham make massive move for Tenali. Like that on the thumbnail. And you click on it and it's like, oh, it was a link from 2 years ago. But could they make that move? And they somehow turn that into a 2-hour show. And because they need to go live 3-4 times a day for 2 or 3 hours, they need to find things to go live for. Hi, Do It One. How's it going? Good to see you. We've got 3 minutes left to go. Adama Traore's brought down, but he should be okay. Shahid, how about Redmen TV or Anfield Agenda? To be honest, Redmen, I don't watch Anfield Agenda. I haven't really watched Anfield Agenda because he's nearly always live when I am. But Redmen, and if I'm dead honest, I didn't watch a whole lot of Redmen TV before I started Premier League Dad. But I quite like Redmen. I respect Redmen. They've been in it for a long time. And I respect Anfield Agenda. He's been doing it for a while as well. But I've not really watched him, so I don't know. Anfield Rap is very good, though. I'll say that. Anfield Rap is very, very good. I like Anfield Rap. They're fantastic. Anfield Vortex, who would be your man of the match key for this game? Jared Bowen. I think Jared Bowen, you have to give it to Jared. He's made the difference in the big moments. Jared Bowen has made the difference. Adama Traore's had a really good game as well for West Ham. Oh, Pablo. Oh, good defending from Leeds. Reece says it seems baseless calling him a Forest fan to me. He's from Nottingham, probably went to Forest games as a kid. It's not like he could get to Manchester himself. Isn't it? I thought it was just his granddad who took him to Forest games, but he was always a United fan. That's fine. It just seems like something people throw at him to kind of have a pop at him, isn't it? CG, for example, Arsenal lose a game, they should probably win, and all of a sudden every player is absolutely garbage. Come on, wind it in. Yeah. United football literally saw a poll saying breaking news, Darman becomes the youngest player to get knocked out of the FA Cup. I saw that as well. Broken verdict, I lived in Nottingham for a long time. Support United for much longer though, it's fair enough. Goldbridge born and raised in Nottingham. But as I said, Key, his grandfather was a United fan. Yeah, I remember it being something to do with his granddad. I'd love for you and Goldbridge to watch the United and Liverpool game together. I'd love that as well. I think I'd benefit massively from that. I'm not sure he'd benefit so much. But I think it'd be very good. See if you can get him to watch it with me. West Ham goal, he's going to be the hero now. Pens is starting in just a few minutes, yeah. Callum the Blue Nose, Toffee TV is good. I watch Toffee TV a lot. Yeah, Toffee TV is good. I like Ped and Baz. They're very good. They're very, very good at what they do. Massive respect to them. So again, because of the number of games that I watch, I always try to watch a lot of fan channels. Liverpool fan channels I don't really need to watch as much because I'm a Liverpool fan. I know what Liverpool fans are saying because I've got them all over my Twitter. But I'll watch I know West Ham fan TV. I've watched West Ham fan channels. I don't think I've watched them. Leeds. Oh no, I have. I've got a couple of Leeds fan channels. That's Leeds Forever is a good channel. There's one Leeds obviously as well with Connor. Oh, what am I trying to find my pen? Yeah, I'll watch a lot of fan channels before the games. But yeah, Toffee TV is brilliant. Stephen, just wondering, do you ever do watch-alongs for ice hockey? No, I only ever do watch-alongs for football, mate. Don't watch AFTV then, Key. I don't mind AFTV. To be honest, I watched the reactions last night because I was scrolling through TikTok and they came up. Pens, here we go. Next time he's live, I'll spam his chat. Cheers, mate. Felix, do you want Spurs to go down? No, I don't, and I don't think they will. I don't want anyone to go down, if I'm dead honest. I feel like Expressions Oozing is a rage baiter. He is, but he admits it, doesn't he? He says he's a rage baiter. And it's very much a little bit Partridge because he prepares what he's going to say. Like, he's got monologues ready before it goes live. And fair play to him, he's very articulate at how he pulls it off. He's definitely entertaining. But he says he's a rage baiter. He acknowledges it. Reece, did Baz have a lower league football career? I don't know. I don't think so. No, I think Baz played, he had trials for Everton, didn't he? Not sure about him playing at lower league. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. You would be the only one not rage quitting. Cheers, Matty. Lee Judges was so funny last night. Where's Henrik going? Henrik's gone down the tunnel, I think, just to get some instructions from Areola and maybe some guidance on where to dive, etc. Broken verdict, you support who you support. If you feel like shit after a loss and you're emotionally attached, you are a fan. Not about visiting the stadium, it's spending time and emotional attachment. What a game. Is it Pens yet? It is. It's Pens about to start. Pens is about to start. Listen, for those who are watching right now, by the way, I am going to have to move the Inter v Roma game. It's a 7:30 start. I'm going to have to move it to 7:40, maybe 7:45. I'll put it to 7:45, which is the kickoff. I'll have to move it to that. So it will be straight after that we'll go to it once the penalties are finished. I want West Ham to win now. Yes. Which Liverpool content creator can you not stand? Oh, there's a couple, but I won't tell you. There's a couple, but I won't tell you. I won't tell you. It's not fair. There's definitely a couple. And it is the ones that are rage baity. It is the ones that are rage baity. I can't stand just when it's quite obvious that it's just for a wind up. And they don't actually believe that. Which club do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. Bowen's fee estimated at 45 million. Some estimates reaching 75 to 100. Liverpool bound, hopefully. You're not going to pay that sort of money for a player at his age. If West Ham get relegated, I think we could get Bowen for maybe 30 mil. And I would pay it. I would pay it, absolutely. Penalty shootout here. Big, big opportunity for these two. Finley Herrick. Come on, Finley Herrick. I think we're all West Ham here, aren't we? We're all West Ham. Finley Herrick, 20 years of age, in an FA Cup quarter-final, the opportunity to put himself into West Ham folklore. Oh, come on, lad. This fella was playing at Boreham Wood earlier this season. West Ham called him back. He was at non-league Boreham Wood earlier this season. And Joel Pirro is about to come on, about to take the first penalty. Joel Pirro for Leeds against Finley Herrick. He saved it! Go on, the young man! Yes, baby! He saved one! He saved one! There's one that he saved. Fair play. Listen, if nothing else tonight, if nothing else, the young man can hold his head high. Fair play to Finley Herrick. It's there you go. Pirro with a big miss and a penalty. Producer Matt, on a flight and can't get a stream, have to settle for this. Oh, cheers, Matt. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that, mate. Thanks. But there you go. Finley Herrick has saved the first penalty in the shootout from Joel Pirro. Bowen next up for West Ham. Bowen to put West Ham in front, put him in command. Danny Dyer in the stands, the father-in-law. Go on, Jared. Jared Bowen against Lucas Perry. He saved it. Oh, it's 1-1. Well, it's 0-0, sorry. One miss. It's 0-0. Oh, Jared Bowen. No one would have backed that. Nobody would have backed that one. If you're watching along and you've not yet, do me a favour, hit the like button if you're enjoying the penalty shootout. If you want to see more of this, we're going straight over to Inter Milan v Roma as soon as this game finishes. Hit subscribe, hit like. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored a penalty in the game against Alphonse Areola. Now it's Finley Herrick. Can Calvert-Lewin score past the young man? He's already saved one. Great pen. Down the middle. Great pen. 1-0. 1-0 Leeds. 2 penalties taken. West Ham have a chance to equalise. This could go on all night. LJ, are you doing the watch-along for Inter? I will, yes. I'm doing the watch-along for Inter, but I can't leave in the middle of a penalty shootout. So we will go to Inter Milan-Roma, mate. I promise. We'll definitely do Inter Milan v Roma as soon as this game is over. But I have to watch this one first. Kyle Walker-Peters. That's a bold choice for a second penalty taker. I'm not sure I'd have gone Kyle Walker-Peters. That doesn't say a lot for the attacking players. That a right back's put his hand up and said, I'll take one, boss. Kyle Walker-Peters against Lucas Perry. Has to score to keep things level. Right-footed. Scores 2. There you go. It's 1-1. 2 penalties each. 1 missed, 1 scored. Level. Chelsea v Southampton final. What has the draw happened yet? Who's next up? Aronson. Aronson next up against the young man. Come on, Finley. He played 10 games for Boreham Wood in the National League earlier this season. Now he could be a West Ham legend. 20 years of age. Come on. Aronson against Finley Herrick. Great pen. Great pen. Callum the Blue Nose Key on my other account. I can't find the live. Have I been blocked? Not as far as I'm aware. On here? No. Listen, I don't block anyone on here, mate. You have to be either a spammer or say something about like Jota or what. I don't block anyone or mute anyone unless you're spamming or saying something really, really bad about like Jota or racism or sexism or phobia or whatever. Any of that stuff. So no, I've not blocked you. Next up for West Ham is Souček. West Ham 1, Leeds 2. Souček's got to make it level. Third penalty for West Ham. Souček, big run up as well. He's going to smash this. Great pen. Great pen. 2-2. Fabulous pen. Liam Key, I can see City as favourites to win the FA Cup now. I think most people would, yeah. Souček scores to make it 2-2. And next up is Willie Gnonto. I miss here for either side. And it's as good as sudden death, isn't it? Finley Herrick. Oh, hey, he's shouting at him. He's getting at him. He's giving it the old Jersey Dudek, the old spaghetti legs. Go on, mate. Go on, lad. I love the confidence. Gnonto! Oh, top bins. He got a hand to it. He got a hand to it, Finley Herrick. But just couldn't quite keep it out. Gnonto, top bins. Good pen, that. Good pen. West Ham 2, Leeds 3. Leeds have taken 4. West Ham now on their 4th. Who's going to take it? Is it Pablo? It is. It's the new signing. Oh, it's the new signing. He's not been great in the game. He's not been great since he's come to West Ham. 7 games, no goals, still only 22. Pablo, the Brazilian, right-footed, misses it. You could see it a mile off. Could see it a mile off. It's 3-2 to Leeds. Lucas Perry with the save. And now it's sudden death. Now Finley Herrick has to save this one. It's a poor pen. It's a shocking pen. You could see it. He's not coming to West Ham in any sort of confidence, Pablo. Every time I've watched him, he was a good player in Portugal. We saw him in Portugal. He's a good player. But he's still only young, and he's really lacked confidence a lot of the time. But he's missed it. 2 misses for West Ham. Jared Bowen missing, so it's not just that. Jared Bowen missed the first one for West Ham. And now it's Pascal Strike to strike West Ham out of the competition. Left-footed. Can Finley Herrick keep him in it? No, they're through. Game over. West Ham are out. Leeds win 4-2 on penalties. Those misses from Pablo and Bowen were just a bit too much. There you go. Leeds are through to the semi-final. Leeds are going to Wembley. And you know what? It was still a fabulous game. Really enjoyed this game. 2-2, penalty shootout. Just as the Brentford game was in the last round. Massive, massive game. Massive performance. Unlucky Finley Herrick. He looks a bit like he's close to tears there as well. It's a shame. He saved a big penalty. He should be commended. Fair play to him. But difficult for him to come into. But yeah, 20 years of age. West Ham out of the FA Cup. Not a bad run, and Leeds go on to the semis. Listen, this might actually help West Ham in the Prem, ultimately, because both of these teams still fighting relegation. Not the nicest way to go out of a competition on pens when you're this close to Wembley. Always a difficult time and a way to go out. But right, I am going now to Inter Milan v Roma. We're going to watch Inter Milan v Roma. It kicks off in 8 minutes. If you're watching along with me, all you need to do is stay in the live. The live will redirect you to Inter Milan v Roma if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, you need to click follow up here. I'll be back live in 5 minutes for Inter Milan v Roma. Massive game at the top of Serie A. If you want to watch that with me, then you need to hit like, you need to subscribe. I will be back in 5 minutes, if that. Three minutes. Give me 3 minutes, I'll be back. Hope you're all good. Thank you so much, everyone in the chat. Really appreciate all the love, all the comments, all the likes. And I'll see you in 5 minutes for Inter Milan v Roma. Take it easy. Ta-ra.